Phoenix Knights. Chapter 2547. This was also what puzzled the others. With Heavenly Sovereign Nine Saints' strength, and the many experts around him, logically speaking, no one should be able to kill Heavenly Sovereign Nine Saints. Yet Heavenly Sovereign Nine Saints had fallen in 9 continents. At this time, another high-ranking member of the nine-headed insectoid race said, Heavenly Sovereign Nine Saints could communicate with the primogenitor through the sacrificial technique. No one could kill him. If he encountered any danger, he could borrow the power of the primogenitor to avert the danger. The group of high-ranking members of the nine-headed insectoid race frowned. This matter was full of peculiarities. The leader of the nine-headed insectoid race said, It's useless to talk about this now. The key is that our heaven-shaking steel has fallen into the hands of others following Heavenly Sovereign Nine Saints' death. I need to go to the Heavenly Sage Alliance to explain this matter. Send people into 9 continents to investigate the cause of Heavenly Sovereign Nine Saints' death. Find out who dares to touch our people. Yes, leader. The group of high-ranking members of the nine-headed insectoid race hurriedly replied. After Heavenly Sovereign Nine Saints' corpse was fished out, Lin Feng took his storage ring. The remaining cultivators' storage rings were also collected. As for the corpses, they were all gathered together. Lin Feng released heavenly fire and burned the corpses to ashes. At this time, a black light shot up into the sky from the sea. An ancient ship was suspended within the black light. This ancient ship was none other than the All Saints. The All Saints' ancient ship was very extraordinary. Although it was almost destroyed previously, it had now recovered to its original state. This ancient ship clearly had an extremely powerful ability to repair itself. Now, this ancient ship wanted to escape without a trace. Where do you think you're going? Lin Feng sneered and quickly chased after it. He had sent people to salvage the ancient ship, but there had been no movement. He did not expect the ancient ship to recover completely. This was a top-grade ancient ship. It was not much inferior to Lin Feng's Xianyuan ancient ship. Naturally, Lin Feng would not let this ancient ship escape. He opened his hand, and lines of Emperor runes were formed, sweeping across the void. The Emperor runes shot towards the ancient ship, wrapping around it. The All Saints swept out beams of destructive light in an attempt to destroy the Monarch runes formed by Lin Feng. However, the Monarch runes were simply too powerful. In the end, the All Saints ship failed. The Emperor runes wrapped around the ancient ship. Next, Lin Feng used the 8 God Sealing Seals to seal the ancient ship. Then, he took out a glass bottle that was used to store ancient ships. Buzz! A powerful devouring power was released from the glass bottle. That powerful devouring force enveloped the ancient ship, the Eminent Holiness. All Saints shrunk rapidly and flew into the glass bottle. Beat the gongs and retreat. Let's go, Lin Feng said. Woo woo woo! A bugle horn sounded, and the army gathered and quickly left the space-time reversal sea region. After leaving the space-time reversal sea region, the army returned to the Dragon Gate. After returning, Lin Feng and the Fire Qilin broke the restrictions on Heavenly Sovereign Nine Saints' storage ring. Lin Feng's godly awareness penetrated the deployment spell, and he was pleasantly surprised. Heavenly Venerate Nine Saints' storage ring was filled with a dazzling array of treasures. Of course, the reason Lin Feng was pleasantly surprised was because he saw a heaven-shaking steel. The moment Lin Feng saw the heaven-shaking steel, he knew that it was the one he needed. It was the gap on the steel. It was connected to the gap on the heaven-shaking steel he had obtained. The 2 steels clearly came from the same heaven-shaking steel. Lin Feng took out the heaven-shaking steel from the storage ring and the heaven-shaking steel he had obtained before. Then, he connected the 2 steels through the gap. Just as Lin Feng had expected, the 2 steels could be connected through the gap. Ha 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 ha, it's indeed one heaven-shaking steel. I've finally collected the second one. Lin Feng couldn't help but laugh loudly. Every time he collected a heaven-shaking steel, he would be one step closer to repairing the damaged one. Lin Feng was overjoyed and looked forward to it. He would wait until he repaired the heaven-shaking steel. At that time, He would kill gods, Buddhas, and demons if they blocked his path. He wouldn't have to be afraid of the foreign creatures or even the creatures from the previous era. He could just take out the heaven-shaking steels and kill them all. This was why the heaven-shaking steels were so terrifying. The heaven-shaking steels were simply invincible. This is the incantation. The fire Qilin found a jade tube in the storage ring. After sensing it for a while, it tossed the jade tube to Lin Feng. Lin Feng's divine sense entered the jade tube and found that there was an incantation imprinted on it. The incantation was called the Heaven-Shaking Incantation. The Heaven-Shaking Incantation was very miraculous. When chanting the incantation, different heaven-shaking steels would be able to sense each other. The myriad races might want to use the heaven-shaking incantation to create a connection between their heaven-shaking steel and the completed heaven-shaking steel that was about to appear. This way, some of the secrets contained in the heaven-shaking steel might be revealed. Of course, the myriad races weren't sure if the secrets would be revealed. However, this method was definitely worth a try. Heaven-shaking incantation! Heaven-shaking incantation! This is great! The heaven-shaking incantation is the incantation to activate the heaven-shaking steels. Although I can't refine the heaven-shaking steel now, I can refine it when the Armageddon War arrives. With the heaven-shaking incantation, my chances of refining the heaven-shaking steel will be much higher than others. Lin Feng was overjoyed. Found it! I've finally found it! The fire Qilin shouted excitedly. It was practically dancing with joy as it took out a treasure from the storage ring. The treasure was engulfed in flames. Upon closer inspection, it was actually a piece of beast bone. The beast bone was emitting intense fluctuations. Moreover, the beast bone was surrounded by blood qi and runes. There was a kind of saint energy contained within the beast bone. What kind of bone is this? Lin Feng was shocked. This bone was definitely extraordinary. Lin Feng felt that it wasn't inferior to the saint bone he had refined the first time. This is the saint bone of one of the fire Qilin race's primogenitor. It's still intact even after billions of years. It contains unimaginable power. Now, I'm going to enter seclusion to refine this saint bone. As long as this saint bone fuses with my body, I'll complete a major transformation. The fire Qilin said excitedly. Alright, you enter seclusion here. I'll go outside and check if there are any other treasures in the storage ring. Lin Feng said. The fire Qilin nodded. Chapter 2548. As a member of the Qilin clan, the fire Qilin's talent was extremely high. Back in the Tianwu continent, when Lin Feng was still weak, the fire Qilin was already one of the peak experts of the Tianwu continent. It was known as the Flame Sage. It was born from flames, so this name was indeed very suitable for it. If not for the fact that its divine power had been devoured by the Sage Royal Stone, the fire Qilin would have been forced to cultivate again. It was unknown how strong the fire Qilin's cultivation had become. After coming to the 9 prefectures, the fire Qilin had undergone a bloodline baptism in the ancestral land of the Yao race. Now that it had undergone a second bloodline awakening, its cultivation had skyrocketed. Now that it had obtained the sacred bone of a primogenitor of the fire Qilin clan, how strong would the fire Qilin be once it was refined? Perhaps only Lin Feng himself would know. Lin Feng left the secret room. Lin Feng returned to his room and began to look through the other treasures in his storage ring. Lin Feng saw many ancient maps of the starry sky. There were more than 200 jade tubes that recorded the routes of the ancient maps of the starry sky. This greatly surprised Lin Feng. The contents of these ancient maps of the starry sky were extremely shocking. Many of the planets marked on the ancient maps of the starry sky were undeveloped planets. If he could enter those planets and develop them, who knew how much resources he could obtain? This is a map of the great sage world's factions. Lin Feng looked at the jade tube in his hand in a strange way. He had sensed something different from the contents of the tube. This jade tube had a huge map imprinted on it. On the map, there were countless markings indicating the locations of the various forces in the great sage world. The strength of each faction was also recorded in great detail. Even which factions had enmity with each other was written clearly. It seems that the myriad races are not as united as one. Lin Feng raised his eyebrows slightly. He put down the jade tube and continued to search for other treasures. There were piles of godly stones and celestial iron in his ring. Those godly stones and celestial iron were extremely precious, and Lin Feng needed them. Divine artifacts were hard to come by mainly because the materials to forge them were not easy to find. That was why many deities in the world of cultivators still had ordinary magic treasures, but did not have divine artifacts to protect themselves. It was because they couldn't find the materials to forge divine artifacts. Lin Feng estimated that the immortal iron and immortal stones in the storage ring could be used to forge 5,000 to 6,000 divine artifacts. At that time, he would be able to equip another powerful army. In addition to these divine stones and immortal iron, there were also all kinds of heavenly treasures. There were also many precious array formation materials. In order to arrange the array formation, Lin Feng had used up more than 30,000 array formation materials. He had spent a long time collecting array formation materials, but because of this battle, they had all been used up. However, there were about 70,000 to 80,000 types of rare and precious array formation materials in this storage ring. Lin Feng didn't just replenish the array formation materials that he had consumed. Furthermore, there were an additional 40,000 to 50,000 types of array formation materials. With so many array formation materials, it was enough to kill several top experts. What a moving treasure trove! Yifu Tian murmured. Lin Feng's face was full of joy. In the corner of the storage ring, there were more than 1,000 magic treasures. The quality of these magic treasures was extremely high. There were a total of 632 heavenly deity-level magic treasures. There were a total of 360 giant god-level magic treasures. As for pseudo-emperor-level magic treasures, there were a total of 8. This was truly an eye-opener for Lin Feng. This was the first time he had seen so many pseudo-emperor-level magic treasures. The Demon Lord said, "Logically speaking, if you can find enough materials, these pseudo-emperor-level magic treasures can evolve into emperor-level magic treasures in the future." Lin Feng smiled wryly. "But the most difficult thing is to find the materials. The great emperors looked everywhere for them, but they couldn't find them. Therefore, the great emperors had no choice but to turn their treasures into great imperial weapons. They couldn't turn their treasures into great imperial weapons. That's right. This is why emperor-level magic treasures are so precious," said the Demon Lord. There was a saying, "Even the cleverest housewife can't cook without rice." That was exactly what it meant. If the emperors couldn't find those precious materials, they couldn't forge true emperor-level magic treasures. Not to mention the emperors, even the fleeting immortals wouldn't be able to forge true emperor-level magic treasures. If they didn't have enough quality materials, they wouldn't be able to forge true emperor-level magic treasures. The only pity is that there isn't a defensive pseudo-emperor-level magic treasure among these 8. Lin Feng frowned slightly. His purple-gold heavenly sphere was also a pseudo-emperor-level magic treasure, but it had been destroyed. That was why Lin Feng lacked a powerful defensive magic treasure. Defensive magic treasures are rare to begin with. Especially this kind of high-grade defensive magical equipment, they are even rarer," said the Demon Lord. Lin Feng nodded and continued to search for other treasures. There was a mountain of origin crystals in the storage ring. What surprised Lin Feng was that they were all high-grade origin crystals. A high-grade origin crystal was roughly equivalent to 10,000 normal origin crystals. There were a total of 200 million high-grade origin crystals. That was equivalent to 2 trillion normal origin crystals. Of course. Normally, no one would be willing to exchange high-grade origin crystals for low-grade origin crystals. That was because high-grade origin crystals could greatly increase one's cultivation, and low-grade origin crystals couldn't compare to them. Lin Feng also found many insect eggs in the storage ring, but he didn't know what kind of insect eggs they were. At the same time, he also found many precious insect materials that could be used to cultivate insects. Big flame grass, blazing fire flower, green vine ghost face flower. Ha ha ha, these materials can all be used to cultivate the Emperor Archaic. Black tiger liquid, mysterious Ean grass, evil charm stone, dark demon venom. These materials can all be used to cultivate chaos demon refining insects. Lin Feng was delighted. Whether it was the Emperor Archaic or the chaos demon refining insects, they had extremely high requirements for insect materials. They wouldn't eat normal insect materials at all. They only ate certain high-grade insect materials, which were extremely rare. It was too difficult to find them. However, there were more than 2,000 types of insect materials in Heavenly Sovereign Nine Saints' storage ring. Among the 2,000 types of insect materials, Lin Feng found 3 that could be used to cultivate the Emperor Archaic. He found 4 types of insect materials that could be used to cultivate the Chaos Demon refining insects. The harvest was too great. Suddenly, a violent fluctuation came from the depths of the storage ring. Heavenly Sovereign Nine Saints' storage ring had a space of its own. It was very large, and Lin Feng hadn't checked its depths yet. What is the fluctuation coming from? Could there be a powerful treasure in the depths of this place? Lin Feng was shocked. Roar! At that moment, an earth-shaking roar came from the depths of the storage ring. Chapter 2549. The beast's roar startled Lin Feng. This beast's roar contained a monstrous might that could shake the heavens. Lin Feng's consciousness quickly entered the depths of the storage ring. From afar, he could see the black fog rolling in the depths of the storage ring. Within the black fog, there seemed to be a huge creature. Clang, clang, clang! The sound of chains colliding could be heard. The huge creature's roar shook the heavens. It tried to break free from the chains again and again. However, after a few attempts, it failed. The huge creature was extremely terrifying. Its aura seemed to be able to destroy the heavens and earth. What the hell is this? Lin Feng could not help but mutter. Vaguely, Lin Feng felt 2 cold gazes looking at him. The mysterious creature within the black fog was looking at him. The creature's aura was extremely terrifying. Lin Feng felt his heart palpitate. He did not know what kind of terrifying race this creature belonged to. Roar! All of a sudden, the living being roared again. This time, the creature charged out of the black fog and pounced towards Lin Feng. Waves of destructive power surged out. The storage ring was about to be shattered by that terrifying power. At this moment, Lin Feng finally saw clearly what kind of creature this was. This creature was actually a Qiongqi. Lin Feng was extremely shocked. The Qiongqi did not manage to touch Lin Feng. Because the length of the chains was not enough, it could not touch Lin Feng at all. This is a Qiongqi primordial spirit? Lin Feng looked at the chained Qiongqi in shock. This Qiongqi was not made of flesh and blood. It was just a primordial spirit. However, it was precisely because of this that Lin Feng was really excited. This Qiongqi primordial spirit was extremely powerful. Lin Feng had a Qiongqi primordial spirit among his 9 clones. Previously, the Qiongqi clone had evolved into a 2-headed Qiongqi. The 2-headed Qiongqi had been very useful to Lin Feng during his early stages of cultivation. It had helped Lin Feng avert danger many times. However, as Lin Feng's cultivation base rose, the 2-headed Qiongqi's ability was no longer enough to help Lin Feng. As such, it had been a long time since Lin Feng had used the 2-headed Qiongqi. Unless the 2-headed Qiongqi evolved again. The strength of this Qiongqi primordial spirit was too strong, and it was abnormally violent. Lin Feng's heart was pounding. The Qiongqi's primordial spirit was trapped. If it hadn't been trapped, it wouldn't have been easy to subdue it. I really didn't expect that there would be a Qiongqi origin spirit locked in the depths of this storage ring. What was the cultivation level of this Qiongqi origin spirit when it was alive? How could it be so terrifying? Could it be the origin spirit of a Qiongqi that was comparable to an Emperor Realm cultivator? Lin Feng couldn't help but think. After refining the Qiongqi origin spirit, the Qiongqi clone will definitely be able to evolve again. Perhaps it will obtain some unimaginable abilities, the Demon Lord said. Lin Feng nodded. He was also looking forward to it. The 9 Emperor clones actually had an extremely heaven-defying effect on cultivators. First, the 9 Emperor clones could help cultivators fight against enemies. Second, when the 9 Emperor clones evolved, the cultivator refining the 9 Emperor clones had a certain probability of obtaining some special abilities. These special abilities were generally related to the Demon Emperor that responded. The third point was also the most important one. After the 9 Emperor clones were completely refined, one would be able to sense the whereabouts of the 9 Emperor diagram. Lin Feng had been searching for the primordial spirit that could awaken the 9 Emperor clones. However, until now, Lin Feng had only awakened 5 Demon Emperor clones. There were still 4 Demon Emperor clones that had yet to awaken. Of course, Lin Feng also knew that this required luck. There was no point in being anxious. Lin Feng's divine will moved and the Qiongqi clone appeared in his storage ring. When the Qiongqi clone saw the Qiongqi origin spirit, it let out an earth-shattering roar and directly pounced on the Qiongqi origin spirit. The 9 Emperor clones had a very powerful ability. The 9 Emperor clones could suppress the primordial spirits of the corresponding beasts. This trapped Qiongqi origin spirit was extremely powerful. Even Lin Feng had a hard time suppressing it. However, the Qiongqi clone could easily suppress it. Everything had its own counter. This was the principle. There was no absolute invincibility in this world. The Qiongqi origin spirit was gradually being devoured by the Qiongqi clone. Crack, crack. Soon, another head popped out of the Qiongqi clone. This was the 3rd head of the Qiongqi clone. Then, the 4th head, the 5th head, the 6th head, and the 7th head popped out one after another. With each additional head, the Qiongqi clone's strength would increase greatly. Now, the Qiongqi clone's heads had increased from 2 to 7. There were 5 more heads. It was equivalent to going through 5 transformations. After the transformation, the Qiongqi clone's body surged with a majestic power. Lin Feng was astonished when he saw that strength. Great, this is great! Even if Lin Feng had a strong mentality. At this moment, he could not help but be extremely excited. The Qiongqi clone's cultivation level after the transformation would definitely be of great help to him. When Lin Feng fought with an enemy, he could use the Qiongqi clone to fight at any time, or even borrow the Qiongqi clone's power. Now that the Qiongqi clone had completed the transformation, it was great news for Lin Feng. The Qiongqi clone had also become one of Lin Feng's most powerful trump cards. Demon Emperor Qiongqi, demons wreak havoc in the heavens! Suddenly, a deep voice echoed in Lin Feng's mind. Lin Feng only saw a flash of light, then he arrived in a mysterious world. The world was ancient, vast, and majestic, as if it was the absolute beginning era. A Qiongqi beast with 9 heads walked over from afar. The Qiongqi beast transformed into a man. It was an exceptionally handsome man, and that man should be Demon Emperor Qiongqi. I have an immortal celestial technique to pass down to the future generations. Demon Emperor Qiongqi looked at where Lin Feng was standing. This was a scene that had been imprinted countless years ago. Demon Emperor Qiongqi seemed to be looking at Lin Feng through the river of time. Supreme celestial technique? Could it be an immortal technique? Lin Feng could not help but be shocked. This was something he did not expect. Who would have thought that the Qiongqi clone had such a heaven-defying secret? Any immortal technique could be considered an immortal technique. Its power was unimaginable. Even the primeval emperors had to take great risks and search for an immortal technique in all kinds of dangerous places. However, the Qiongqi clone that he had refined had an immortal technique hidden in it. The 9 emperors' clones were a whole. Since the Qiongqi clone had an immortal technique, it could only mean one thing. Could it be? Chapter 2550. Lin Feng could not help but feel excited at the thought of this. If the other 8 Demon Emperor clones also had immortal techniques passed down, then, when the 9 Demon Emperor clones were completely refined, he might even obtain 9 immortal techniques. Just thinking about it made him extremely excited. At this time, Demon Emperor Cheongqi began to demonstrate the immortal technique he wanted to impart to Lin Feng. This immortal technique was called Demon Chaos. Just from the name alone, one could tell how terrifying this immortal technique was. Lin Feng was studying the bestial chaos celestial technique. In the outside world, a storm was brewing. This was because the news of Heavenly Sovereign Nine Saints' death had already spread. Ever since Heavenly Sovereign Nine Saints had arrived in the Nine States' great world, he had been extremely high profile. Of course, as a quasi-emperor who had reached the 90th stone step, Heavenly Sovereign Nine Saints had the qualifications to do so. In the entire Nine States' great world, there were probably only a few people who could defeat Heavenly Sovereign Nine Saints. Heavenly Sovereign Nine Saints was a top-notch expert even in the Heavenly Sage Great World, let alone the Nine States Great World. However, Heavenly Sovereign Nine Saints had been killed this time, and there were tens of thousands of experts by his side. The myriad races were furious when they heard the news. They began to investigate the cause of Heavenly Sovereign Nine Saints' death. Ha 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 ha! It's good that he died. This is so satisfying. After entering the Nine Provinces' great world, the myriad races had put on airs of superiority, looking down on us cultivators from the Nine Provinces' great world. Now, do they know how powerful the cultivators from the Nine Provinces are? I wonder who did this. Heavenly Sovereign Nine Saints is such a terrifying existence with so many experts by his side. Yet he was killed without a trace. It's hard to imagine who the culprit is. I heard that Heavenly Sovereign Nine Saints' ancient ship entered the space-time reversal sea, where the Red Dust Immortal sect is based. They entered the space-time reversal sea? Can this be confirmed? It's not just hearsay, right? Of course it's true. These myriad races were so high-profile. They entered the space-time reversal sea with great fanfare. Many cultivators saw them. Could it be that the Red World Fairy killed Heavenly Sovereign Nine Saints? It's really possible. The Red World Fairy is the strongest person in our Nine Continents world. I'm guessing that this is what happened. Heavenly Sovereign Nine Saints and the others entered the space-time reverse current and somehow got into a conflict with the Red World Fairy. Then, they were mercilessly killed by the Red World Fairy. That's really possible. These myriad races are arrogant and domineering. It's really possible that they've offended the Red World Fairy. All the cultivators of the Nine regions were discussing this matter. This was because Heavenly Sovereign Nine Saints and the others had been killed in the space-time reversal sea region. Therefore, many people suspected that the Red World Fairy was behind this. Even the cultivators of the Nine regions thought so, let alone the cultivators of the myriad races. The people of the myriad races had long suspected that the Red World Fairy was behind this. Therefore, many people of the myriad races had gone to the Red Dust Immortal sect. The Red World Fairy had taken the blame for Lin Feng. This was something that Lin Feng hadn't expected. The myriad races have surrounded the Red Dust Immortal sect. They want an explanation. The myriad races think highly of themselves. After suffering such a big loss, they won't let it go. I heard that Heavenly Sovereign Nine Saints was escorting an extremely important treasure this time, and that treasure was also lost. Was it taken by the Red World Fairy? If that's the case, the myriad races will definitely pursue this matter to the end. Let's go and take a look at the Red Dust Immortal sect. The cultivators of the Nine regions also went to the Red Dust Immortal sect. Now, the eyes of the entire Nine regions' great world were focused on the Red Dust Immortal sect. The myriad races, who were originally looking for Lin Feng, couldn't care less about this matter now. Compared to the current situation, Lin Feng's matter was not worth mentioning. The Red Dust Immortal sect was shrouded in immortal fog. That was a mysterious place that was protected by powerful restrictions. From time to time, the roars of beasts could be heard coming from the Red Dust Immortal sect. More than 100,000 myriad races cultivators surrounded the Red Dust Immortal sect. During this period, many myriad races cultivators had entered the Nine regions' great world. The myriad races cultivators in front of them were about 1/3 of the myriad races cultivators who had entered the Nine regions' great world. There were also many Nine regions cultivators around them. In addition to the 9 regions cultivators, there were also many extraterrestrial cultivators. The extraterrestrial world was vast and boundless. During this period of time, besides the myriad races cultivators who had come to the 9 regions one after another, many cultivators from other planets, and even great worlds had also come to the 9 regions. However, these extraterrestrial cultivators were not as arrogant and domineering as the myriad races. It's said that an extremely terrifying expert is about to arrive. I heard that he had already become a quasi-emperor expert who had reached the 99th step of the stone steps 75 million years ago. Now, he has been accumulating for 75 million years and is making his final preparations to become an emperor. That expert's cultivation can be described as unfathomable. A human cultivator told the news he had received. Hearing this cultivator's words, many people's expressions changed greatly. More than 100,000 experts from the myriad races had arrived. This force was already terrifying enough. Now, there was even a quasi-emperor expert who had reached the 99th step 75 million years ago. The myriad races' strength was simply too great. Who could contend against the myriad races? The Red World Fairy? In many people's opinion, although the Red World Fairy was powerful, she was still far from being able to go against the myriad races. The myriad races won't directly destroy the Red Dust Immortal sect, right? A cultivator asked. Many people nodded solemnly, thinking that this might be possible. Whether or not they would destroy the Red Dust Immortal sect would be revealed when that expert from the myriad races arrived. Roar! A high-pitched dragon roar resounded through the clouds. In the distance, 9,000-meter-long black flood dragons pulled a divine chariot over. The chariot pulled by 9 dragons is here. Many people held their breaths. That was a quasi-emperor expert who had reached the 99th stone step 1,750,000 years ago. An expert of this level. Perhaps only a true great emperor would be able to suppress him? The 9 flood dragons finally stopped in the void. A man walked out of the bronze chariot. It was a man who looked to be in his 30s. He looked very young. Many people were stunned when they saw him. He was too young. Greetings, my lord. The cultivators from the myriad races bowed to the man. The man nodded. Chapter 2551. For someone of Huangdao Wuji's age to be able to reach the 99th step of the Boundary Emperor realm, his talent was astonishing. Most Boundary Emperor realm experts who reached the 99th step of the stone steps had a lifespan of more than 10 million years. The Boundary Emperor realm was very special. It was extremely slow to cultivate. Moreover, this era was not a golden age for cultivation. Although the Heavenly Sage Great World did not reach the end of the cultivation era like the 9 States Great World, there were still some problems compared to its peak. Moreover, it was impossible to become a true Great Emperor in the Heavenly Sage Great World. Rumor had it that Huangdao Wuji could have broken through to the true Great Emperor realm long ago, but he was still accumulating his cultivation. This was because breaking through to the Great Emperor realm was too important. Once he succeeded, he would undergo a shocking transformation. First of all, his magic power would increase. It would be like a small pond suddenly turning into a vast ocean. Moreover, his lifespan would officially exceed 100 million years. Therefore, in theory, a great Emperor realm expert could live for several eras. Of course, the prerequisite was that he would not die early. The future was full of changes. Even a great Emperor realm expert could not guarantee that he would not die. Huangdao Wuji was extremely cautious now. He did not dare to break through to the great Emperor realm rashly because if he failed, he would die without a grave. Therefore, Huangdao Wuji was still accumulating his cultivation. In the mortal world, there were very few cultivators who could fight against Huangdao Wuji. Now that Huangdao Wuji was outside the Red Dust Immortal sect, it caused a huge commotion. The cultivators of the 9 States Great World were naturally worried for the Red Dust Immortal sect. They were also worried for the Red World Fairy. The Red World Fairy was the most powerful person in the 9 States Great World. She was a peerless beauty in the 9 States Great World. She was a goddess in the hearts of countless people. The cultivators of the 9 states' great world naturally did not want their goddess to die in the hands of the myriad races. On the other hand, the cultivators of the myriad races hoped that Huangdao Wuji would kill immortal venerable Hongqin. This was because the myriad races suspected that the Red World Fairy had killed Heavenly Sovereign 9 Saint and tens of thousands of myriad races cultivators. The myriad races wanted to kill the Red World Fairy to establish their might. At the same time, they wanted to snatch back the heaven-shaking stone tablet and other treasures that belonged to the myriad races. "My lord, we've sealed off the Red Dust Immortal sect, but there's been no movement from the sect. What's your next plan?" an expert of the myriad races asked. "The sect master of the Red Dust Immortal sect is the Red World Fairy, right? It's said that she's a great beauty." Huangdao Wuji's lips curled into an evil smile. This Emperor Wuji cultivates immortal Dao, evil Dao, and devil Dao. Among them, he cultivated an extremely powerful evil Dao divine ability called the Great Yin Seizing Technique. This was an extremely domineering dual cultivation technique. There were 2 types of dual cultivation techniques. The first was a dual cultivation technique that would benefit both parties. This kind of dual cultivation technique could increase the cultivation of both parties at the same time. The second type was where one side would benefit, while the other would suffer extreme harm. This type of dual cultivation technique was also known as the absorption technique. Normally, yang or primordial yin would be taken from the other party. However, the yin seizing technique that Huangdao Wuji cultivated was different. This great yin seizing art could not only forcibly seize the opponent's primordial yin force or primordial yang force, but it could also be used to seize the opponent's primordial yin force. Most importantly, this great yin seizing technique, it could steal a portion of the other party's cultivation. This was something that ordinary dual cultivation techniques could not compare to. It was obvious that Huangdao Wuji had evil intentions towards immortal venerable Hongqin. "That's right. I've also heard that the Red World Fairy is a great beauty. She's qualified to become my lord's servant," an expert of the myriad races hurriedly said. "Congratulations, my lord. You're about to take in a top-grade concubine." The experts of the myriad races congratulated Huangdao Wuji. The cultivators of the 9 provinces wore gloomy expressions. Huangdao Wuji had gone too far. How could he humiliate the Red World Fairy like this? "The Red World Fairy, I've arrived at your dojo. Shouldn't you come out to welcome me personally?" At this moment, Huangdao Wuji spoke. His expression was extremely arrogant. He was indeed powerful and had the right to be arrogant. However, when they saw Huangdao Wuji's insufferably arrogant look, many of them wished they could just stomp him to death. However, Huangdao Wuji's cultivation was too strong. Many of them dared not speak up. "My master said that the deaths of the myriad races members were caused by someone else. It has nothing to do with the Red World Fairy. Cultivators of the myriad races, please leave the Red Dust Immortal Sect's territory and don't disturb my master's cultivation." A voice came from the Red Dust Immortal Sect. However, the female cultivator who spoke did not appear. "Do you think it's not true just because you say so? Who else could it be other than the Red World Fairy? What do you mean by the #1 expert of the 9 provinces' great world? You dare to make a move but don't dare to admit it. Is this the so-called #1 expert of the 9 provinces' great world? What a joke!" The cultivators of the myriad races sneered. "The Red World Fairy, is this how you treat your guests? If you don't come out, I'll have to force my way in. Casualties will be inevitable. Do you want to see your boring disciples die here?" Huangdao Wuji sneered. At this moment, the Red Dust Immortal Sect was very quiet. No one responded to Huangdao Wuji's threat. "Humph, the Red World Fairy, since you refuse a toast only to drink a forfeit, I'll break your sect's restriction today and slaughter your entire sect. Let's see if you'll come out or not." Huangdao Wuji's face darkened. Someone actually dared to look down on him like this. This made Huangdao Wuji extremely angry. Boundless killing intent rose in his heart. Huangdao Wuji walked step by step toward the Red Dust Immortal Sect, intending to destroy the sect's restriction. You want to see me? However, at this moment, a voice suddenly resounded between heaven and earth. That voice was so ethereal. At some point in time, a young man who looked to be about 16 or 17 years old had appeared in the void. The boy had delicate features and was simply too beautiful. It was none other than the Red World Fairy, who was disguised as a man. Ha 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 ha, the Red World Fairy, you've finally come out. Today, I'll suppress you and make you my servant. Huang Dao Wuji laughed loudly. He opened his palm and slapped at the Red World Fairy. How dare you act so presumptuously in front of me? Only death awaits you. The Red World Fairy said indifferently. You think you can do that? Huang Dao Wuji looked at the Red World Fairy mockingly. Clearly, he did not think much of the Red World Fairy. The Red World Fairy raised her right hand and gently slashed at the void. Boundless holy light surged. It was so dazzling that the hundreds of thousands of cultivators in the surroundings could not open their eyes. When the holy light dissipated, the Red World Fairy had disappeared without a trace. Huang Dao Wuji was the only one left standing. How can this be? I'm going to die just like that. Huang Dao Wuji laughed bitterly. Pooh! Then, a wound appeared on his forehead. Chapter 2552. Dead? Huang Dao Wuji is dead, one move! Immortal Venerable Hong Qin used only one move to kill Huang Dao Wuji. Oh my god! Huang Dao Wuji was a boundary emperor who reached the 99th step, but he was killed by the Red World Fairy in one move. Isn't the Red World Fairy's cultivation a little too strong? Is the Red World Fairy already a great emperor? Countless people cried out in shock. They couldn't believe what they were seeing. The Red World Fairy was too terrifying. She was so terrifying that it made their hearts tremble. Let's leave this place quickly. The expressions of the cultivators changed. They didn't dare to stay outside the Red Dust Immortal sect. They were really worried that Immortal Venerable Hong Chen would kill them as well. The cultivators from Huang Dao Wuji's clan took Huang Dao Wuji's corpse away. The cultivators left one after another, not daring to stay a moment longer. The Red World Fairy is much stronger than the rumors say. Many people sighed. The Red World Fairy's combat strength was so terrifying that it made people pale. This was the first time the outside world knew how strong the Red World Fairy was. The news of Huang Dao Wuji being killed by the Red World Fairy in one move quickly spread throughout the 9 states. The Red World Fairy became the hot topic of discussion in the 9 states' great world. Now countless people were talking about the Red World Fairy. Even some people in the secular world were talking about the Red World Fairy. The people in the secular world might not know what the Red World Fairy's strength meant to the world of cultivators. However, the people of the secular world knew that Immortal Venerable Red Dust was like a god. She was powerful, immortal, mysterious, and ethereal. Various places in the 9 states' great world started to build temples for the Red World Fairy. Powerful faith power was formed continuously. Then, the faith power was absorbed by the Red World Fairy. Heavenly Sage Great World. Heavenly Saints Alliance. This powerful alliance was made up of over 100 races. The races that joined the Heavenly Sacred Alliance were at least the king races among the myriad races. Therefore, the threshold to enter the Heavenly Sacred Alliance was extremely high. Not just any race could join. Currently, the representatives of the various races in the Heavenly Saints Alliance were having a meeting. Streaks of light appeared in the main hall of the Heavenly Saints Alliance. These silhouettes of light took on the appearance of cultivators. These silhouettes were manifested by the experts of the various races through special methods. Their true bodies did not come. First, Heavenly Sovereign 9 Saints was killed, and the heaven-shaking stone tablet and many other treasures were lost. Next, Huang Dao Wuji was insta-killed. Even for the myriad races, this was a major matter that needed to be resolved urgently. When has our myriad races ever suffered such a loss? What's more, it's a lowly human who dares to attack us. If we don't destroy that lowly human, how are we supposed to establish our might? An expert from the myriad races said coldly. But that lowly human's cultivation is too strong, someone said with a frown. Seems like we can only ask the primogenitor for help. Someone else said. All right, then let's carry out the sacrifice and ask the primogenitor to kill that woman. The other upper echelons of the myriad races nodded. They wanted to kill the Red World Fairy no matter what. However, the strength that the Red World Fairy had displayed was too strong. They were extremely wary of her. Therefore, the upper echelons of the myriad races did not intend to do it themselves. Instead, they asked the primogenitor for help. The myriad races still had a few primogenitor-level experts. They had lived for several eras. Under normal circumstances, these primogenitors would not appear. Unless something major happened. Now, killing the Red World Fairy was a major matter in the eyes of the upper echelons of the myriad races. Moreover, it was something that needed to be done urgently. After the upper echelons of the myriad races discussed the countermeasures, they planned to carry out the sacrifice and communicate with the primogenitor. At this moment, a mysterious world suddenly appeared in the main hall. Behind this world were countless stars. This seemed to be a starry world. 5 hazy silhouettes appeared in this world. Lord Primogenitor. Looking at the 5 hazy silhouettes, the upper echelons of the myriad races bowed. Dispense with the formalities. An old voice sounded from the hazy world. The upper echelons of the myriad races stood up. We already know what happened in the 9 States' great world. The person who killed Heavenly Sovereign 9 Saints was indeed not the Red World Fairy. However, someone concealed the heavenly secrets, and prevented us from sensing Heavenly Sovereign 9 Saints' call. The person who concealed the heavenly secrets should be the Red World Fairy. The primogenitor sitting in the middle said, Patriarch, please take action and kill the Red World Fairy. When the time comes, search the Red World Fairy's soul and find out who killed Heavenly Sovereign 9 Saints. One of the upper echelons of the myriad races said, Of course the Red World Fairy has to die. However, now is not the time. This woman knows the secret of the door of everlasting life. We are guessing that she will be searching for the door of everlasting life. When the time comes, we will follow her. Once we find the door of everlasting life, we will kill her. One of the primogenitors said, What? The secret of the door of everlasting life. The upper echelons of the myriad races were extremely shocked. They also wanted to tag along. There were too many secrets in the depths of the door of everlasting life. The biggest secret was naturally the secret of immortality. However, the upper echelons of the myriad races knew that they could only dream about it. The 5 primogenitors would not bring them along. If they brought them along, they might be discovered by the Red World Fairy in advance. The Red World Fairy was such a powerful existence that even the slightest disturbance would alarm her. As for who killed Heavenly Sovereign 9 Saints, it would be too disappointing if you can't find any clues on such a small matter. The primogenitor on the left said. The upper echelons of the myriad races broke out in cold sweat. If the 5 primogenitors thought that they were incompetent, then there would be many people from the families behind them who wanted to replace them. This subordinate will definitely find out who that person is. When the time comes, he will be torn into pieces. The upper echelons of the myriad races hurriedly said. The 5 primogenitors nodded. Then, the mysterious world disappeared, and the 5 primogenitors concealed their figures. The outside world was abuzz with the news of Huang Dao Wuji's instant death, but Lin Feng was completely unaware of it. He had entered a deep state of enlightenment. He had been comprehending the powerful immortal technique, demons wreaking havoc. After half a month of seclusion, Lin Feng finally succeeded in comprehending the powerful immortal technique. During this time, the news of Huang Dao Wuji's instant death did not calm down. Instead, it became more and more intense. Lin Feng also heard about it after coming out of seclusion. I didn't expect the Red World Fairy to be so powerful. Lin Feng was shocked. Boom! Not long after Lin Feng came out of seclusion, a terrifying aura spread out from the secret chamber where the fire Qilin was in seclusion. Lightning filled the sky above the 9 heavens. The fire Qilin was about to undergo a tribulation. If it succeeded, the fire Qilin would undergo another transformation. Chapter 2553. This tribulation was too important for the Fire Qilin because it had refined the sacred bone of the Fire Qilin clan's progenitor. This sacred bone would bring about earth-shaking changes to the Fire Qilin. It might allow the Fire Qilin to grow into a peak expert. Ha ha ha, I'm finally going to transcend tribulation. The Fire Qilin laughed loudly and rushed out of the secret room, then flew into the sky. Following that, lightning bolts descended from the sky and struck the Fire Qilin. Many people in the Dragon Gate were watching the Fire Qilin transcending tribulation. All kinds of lightning bolts came down. However, the Fire Qilin was very powerful. No matter how the lightning bolts descended, it easily blocked them. 2,800 lightning bolts came down one after another. In the end, the Fire Qilin's body was damaged and the lightning bolts began to harm its body. The Fire Qilin urged its sacred bone. When the sacred bone descended, all the attacks were neutralized. In the end, the Fire Qilin successfully transcended tribulation. After transcending the lightning tribulation, a mysterious change happened to the Fire Qilin's body. This change made Lin Feng raise his eyebrows. The Fire Qilin's cultivation had obviously improved greatly. The Fire Qilin recuperated for 3 days and recovered from its injuries. Lin Feng planned to return to the southern Immortal Island. He estimated that the heaven-shaking steel might appear soon. He needed to wait for the changes in the southern Immortal Island. Before going to the southern Immortal Island, Lin Feng went to the ancestral land of the Deep-Sea Demon Kingdom to see Princess Xueli and Naza. After seeing Lin Feng, Princess Xueli and Naza were very happy. After staying in the ancestral land of the Deep-Sea Demon Kingdom for a few days, Lin Feng and the Fire Qilin rushed to the southern Immortal Sea Domain. Currently, the southern Immortal Sea Domain was surging like a storm. During this time, the attention of the 9 prefectures was focused on the southern Immortal Sea Domain. This was because there was news that the southern Immortal Sea Domain was about to change. The heaven-shaking steel was about to appear. It seemed like someone had purposely released this news in advance in order to attract more experts and cause chaos. The ancient starship Xianyuan sailed on the sea. Lin Feng sat cross-legged in the cabin and studied the ancient ship All Saints. The All Saints ancient ship was very extraordinary. It was also an ancient ship with a great origin. It was densely covered with monarch runes. Those emperor runes were extremely powerful. The only difference between this ancient ship and the Xianyuan ancient Starry Sky ship was that it didn't have the giant spirit stone cannon on the Xianyuan ancient Starry Sky ship. This giant spirit stone cannon was a treasure passed down from the Bronze Age. Until now, it was almost impossible to find the inheritance. The one that Lin Feng had was given to him by the Empress. This ancient ship is extraordinary and can repair itself. If we can install a giant spirit stone cannon like the one on the Xianyuan ancient ship, it will become the second Xianyuan ancient ship, Fire Qilin said. Lin Feng said, "It won't be easy, because it's very difficult to find such a huge spirit stone cannon. Perhaps there are still such huge spirit stone cannons in some places, but we can't find them. Indeed, such a powerful giant spirit stone cannon is too rare." The Fire Qilin nodded. At this moment, the black fog outside suddenly surged. The sky gradually darkened. A cold and gloomy aura filled the air, and the entire world seemed to have turned into a purgatory. "What happened?" Fire Qilin frowned. "Not good, it's the ship of curses." Lin Feng walked out of the cabin, and his expression changed drastically. Although the ship of curses had yet to appear, the current scene was exactly the same as when it had first appeared. "What? The rumored ship of curses? It actually exists?" Fire Qilin's expression changed when he heard the word ship of curses. The ship of curses was definitely something that both humans and gods feared. Anything that was related to curses would definitely bring endless disasters. "That's right, it's the ship of curses," Lin Feng said solemnly. Swoosh! The ancient starship Xianyuan quickly rushed forward. Its speed had reached the extreme. It was as fast as lightning. It was inconceivably fast. Rumble! At this moment, An ancient ship that emitted an evil aura rushed out of the black fog. It was none other than the Ship of Curses. It really is the Ship of Curses! Fire Qilin took a deep breath when he saw the flag of the ancient ship. He also felt that this was a tricky situation. Now that they had been targeted by the Ship of Curses, it was simply a disaster. Kid, you can't run away. You're destined to become a part of the Ship of Curses. The captain of the Ship of Curses walked out of the cabin and looked coldly at Lin Feng. Ha ha ha, it's been a long time since the Ship of Curses has a new crew member. Kid, don't run away. Hurry up and join us. We have immortal bodies. Come quickly and become one of us. All the crew members of the Ship of Curses shouted, their voices sinister and terrifying. There were many cursed creatures, and they often had the ability to live forever. For example, the crow that Lin Feng had encountered earlier had also been cursed. It had lost its sense of self and could never escape from the shackles of curses. It was the same for the creatures on the Ship of Curses. However, the captain of the Ship of Curses was too powerful. Although all the people on the ship were cursed, the captain of the Ship of Curses had reversed fate and allowed all of them to regain their consciousness. Even though they had regained consciousness, they were still in pain. They were always in a state of extreme hunger. However, no matter how much they ate, they would never feel satisfied. Their bodies did not feel pain, but their souls seemed to be imprisoned in purgatory, as if they were going through purgatory's torture. The creatures on the Ship of Curses were in great pain. Many times, they even wanted to die. However, they could not die. Why do you keep staring at me? Believe it or not, I'll summon the Red World Fairy. Then, you'll be crying, threatened Lin Feng. Hearing the name the Red World Fairy, the captain of the Ship of Curses narrowed his eyes slightly. Then, he sneered and said, Who do you think you are? You're just a nobody. Do you think you can get the Red World Fairy to help you? Don't flatter yourself. Ha ha, that's right. Kid, stop bragging. You're bragging. The crew of the Ship of Curses sneered loudly. These guys are really not easy to fool. Lin Feng frowned. Then, he drove the ancient starship Xianyuan with all his strength and rushed into the distance, trying to get rid of the Ship of Curses. Whoosh! Suddenly, a huge wave rolled in front of him, and then a huge tentacle appeared. Chapter 2554. This was the tentacle of the deep-sea monster. This undead sea monster had been awakening since the appearance of the Ship of Curse. Its strength was abnormally terrifying. However, Lin Feng was no longer the same as before. His cultivation base had greatly improved. Facing the attack of the deep-sea monster, he directly brought out the 5-dragon wheel. Puff. After the 5-dragon wheel flew out, its power was so powerful that it directly tore apart the huge tentacle of the deep-sea monster. A loud bang resounded. The huge tentacle of the deep-sea monster collapsed with a loud bang. Screech! The deep-sea monster was injured. The sea monster let out a painful roar. Its huge body rolled violently in the sea. Every time it rolled, huge waves would roll up in the sea. The waves were monstrous. The deep-sea monster erupted with an extremely tyrannical attack power. Numerous tentacles rushed out of the sea and smashed towards the Xianyuan Ancient Starry Sky ship. Whoosh! The Xianyuan Ancient Starry Sky ship's speed was pushed to the extreme. It quickly rushed forward while constantly avoiding the mountain-like tentacles of the deep-sea monster. If it was really impossible to avoid, Lin Feng would bring out the 5-dragon wheel, an immortal weapon, to attack the deep-sea monster's tentacles. Although the 5-dragon wheel was incomplete, its power was still extremely tyrannical. Moreover, the deep-sea monster was made of flesh and blood. How could it resist the power of the 5-dragon wheel? Finally, the Xianyuan Ancient Starry Sky ship got rid of the deep-sea monster. You can really escape. The Ship of Curse chased after them. The captain of the Ship of Curse looked coldly at Lin Feng. With his cultivation base, it was too easy to catch up with Lin Feng. However, the captain of the Ship of Curse could not leave the Ship of Curse. Therefore, he could only drive the ship of curse to chase after Lin Feng. The ship of curse and Lin Feng's Xianyuan ancient starry sky ship were of the same level. Therefore, it was not easy for the ship of curse to catch up with Lin Feng's Xianyuan ancient starry sky ship. "It doesn't matter if I'm not here. Why are you so persistent?" Lin Feng said. "Those who have obtained the 2 Xi ancient coin must board the boat of curse. This is our mission. Since you have obtained the 2 Xi ancient coin, there is naturally a place for you on the boat of curse," the captain of the boat of curse said coldly. Lin Feng said helplessly, "This 2 Xi ancient coin is not mine. It was secretly given to me by that mysterious woman. I didn't want it. I was also tricked by that woman. This 2 Xi ancient coin turned into a pattern and was branded on my arm. How about we make a deal? When I see that woman, I will return this 2 Xi ancient coin to its original owner. At that time, you can go and find trouble with that woman." The captain couldn't help but roll his eyes before snappily saying, "The 2 Xi ancient coin is connected to your bloodline, so it belongs to you. No one else can take it unless they kill you." F***ck. Lin Feng could not help but curse in a low voice. This 2 Xi ancient coin was too strange. He had a bad feeling about this. Could it be that there was no way to get rid of the 2 Xi ancient coin? Had he gotten rid of the boat of curse? After that woman disappeared, he had never seen her again. He had no idea where she went. As for the fact that the 2 Xi ancient coin recorded the secret of the Supreme Divine Court, Lin Feng simply laughed it off. The door of everlasting life, the Supreme Divine Court, and the heaven-shaking steel. They were known as the 3 biggest secrets of the myriad of worlds. The heaven-shaking steel would occasionally appear. It was real. Some top experts had seen the door of everlasting life before, such as the 4 giants of the primordial era. It was rumored that some ancient saint emperors, such as Pangu and Niwa, had seen it before. At this time, Lin Feng's senior sister Shui Linglong had seen it before in her previous life. Perhaps the Red World Fairy had seen it before too. The only thing that no one had seen before was the Supreme Divine Court. Of course, the 2 Xi ancient countries' monarch might have seen the Supreme Divine Court, but there was too little information about it. Therefore, the idea of using the 2 Xi ancient coin to find the Supreme Divine Court and obtain the countless opportunities in the Supreme Divine Court sounded too ethereal and unrealistic. Right now, Lin Feng only wanted to solve the problem in front of him. As for the Supreme Divine Court and opportunities, he didn't care at all. The boat of curse was too terrifying. It was an extremely terrible thing to be remembered by the captain of the boat of curse. Lin Feng didn't want to be remembered by this guy all the time. Who knew when he would be caught by this guy? When that time came, he wouldn't be able to leave the boat of curse even if he wanted to. The 2 sides fled for 10 days and 10 nights, but Lin Feng still couldn't get rid of the boat of curse. The captain of the boat of curse sneered. "Kid, don't waste your time. Last time, you were lucky enough to escape because the Red World Fairy helped you. This time, without the Red World Fairy's help, you won't be able to escape even if you grow wings. It's too early to boast. If you want to catch me, you'll have to see if you have the ability to do so." Lin Feng couldn't help but sneer. "You're overestimating yourself. If it weren't for the fact that you can't leave the boat of curse, you would have been suppressed a long time ago." The captain of the boat of curse looked at Lin Feng with disdain. Lin Feng couldn't be bothered with the captain of the boat of curse. He was focused on refining the ancient city. However, the captain of the boat of curse felt that there was something wrong with the lightning mink. The captain of the boat of curse had seen a glimpse of the true meaning of fate. Therefore, he was able to sense some unimaginable things. However, he couldn't sense where the problem was. Because he couldn't see through the lightning mink, the captain of the boat of curse felt that the lightning mink was not simple. "You can call me Grandpa Martin," the lightning mink said in a calm manner. The lightning mink was none other than Grandpa Martin. It had been attacked by his honor earlier, but it had not died. It was still living a carefree life. It was just that his honor had been deceived by Grandpa Martin. "What Grandpa Martin? Isn't it just a lightning mink?" How dare you boast shamelessly in front of our captain? Are you tired of living? The crew on the boat of curse began to shout loudly. They were very dissatisfied. Grandpa Martin said indifferently, Since you dare to call yourself Grandpa, I naturally have the ability to do so. You curse fellows, do you want to get rid of the curse on you? You can get rid of the curse on us? The crew members on the boat of curse cried out in surprise. They looked at Grandpa Martin with burning eyes. They wished that they could invite Grandpa Martin to help them get rid of the curse on their ship. Of course, Grandpa Martin said with a complacent expression. No matter how one looked at it, it looked like an old swindler. You're just boasting shamelessly. The captain of the boat of curse sneered. He did not believe that Grandpa Martin had the ability to get rid of the curse on them. The Tushi ancient emperor was indeed a heaven-defying figure back then. He dug out his heart and cursed all of you who had obtained the Tushi ancient emperor. There's almost no way to get rid of such a blood curse. However, nothing in this world is absolute. I'm sure all of you know this. Grandpa Martin said indifferently. Stop playing tricks here. I now have the Tao of Destiny. Once I reach perfection in the Tao of Destiny, I'll be able to get rid of the curse on the boat of curse. The captain of the boat of curse said coldly. The great art of destiny is indeed a powerful ability. If the great art of destiny reaches perfection, it'll be able to get rid of the curse on the boat of curse. However, do you think you have the time to do so? Grandpa Martin sneered and said. The 5 decays of heaven and man have already appeared. The battle of Armageddon is not far away. You're a cursed creature of this era. If this era is destroyed, you'll be destroyed along with it. The captain of the boat of curse's expression turned gloomy. Grandpa Martin's words were indeed what he was worried about. The era was about to be destroyed. What if the great art of destiny was not cultivated to perfection by then? At that time, only death would await them. Who would want to die if they could live? What's your plan? The captain of the boat of curse asked coldly. The Supreme Court. Let's find the Supreme Court first, Grandpa Martin said. No one knows where the Supreme Court is. Although there are rumors that the 2 ancient coins contain the secrets of the Supreme Court, we haven't discovered any of them after so many years of research. The captain of the boat of curse said coldly. That's because you haven't collected all 1,002 ancient coins. As long as you collect all the coins and gather all the crew members, we'll be able to find the Supreme Court, Grandpa Martin said. Does that mean that kid is the key? The captain of the boat of curse's eyes flashed coldly. He's indeed the key. When the time comes, we'll have to sacrifice him to get rid of the curse, Grandpa Martin said. Chapter 2556. He's a descendant of the Imperial Sovereign clan. His bloodline is very special. As for why we're using him as a sacrifice, now is not the time to tell you. What you need to do now is capture him. Of course, the Imperial Sovereign clan is not to be trifled with. If we sacrifice that brat, any random member of the Imperial Sovereign clan could kill us all, Grandpa Martin said. Aren't the ancestors of the Sovereign Emperor's clan already dead? The captain of the ship of curses clearly knew a thing or two about the Sovereign Emperor's clan. It was an ancient and mysterious clan. Merely describing them as powerful was an understatement. They were filled with too many mysteries and unknowns. To the outside world, the Sovereign Emperor's clan had always been a mythical race. There are many things that are both true and false. Who knows if they're really dead? Grandpa Martin said indifferently. The captain of the ship of curses said. Who cares about his background? The Armageddon War is coming. When that time comes, a catastrophe will befall us. Who will care about anything else? Ha ha! Grandpa Martin suddenly burst into laughter. That's right. This is what a great man should be like. As the saying goes, the times create heroes. Now we need to survive the Armageddon War and obtain endless benefits. When the next era begins, we'll be able to become ancestors and saints, Grandpa Martin said. What's your goal? Asked the captain of the ship of curses. There was no such thing as a free lunch in the world. This lightning mink was extremely strange. He was suspicious of Grandpa Martin. "There's something I need in the Supreme Celestial Court," said Grandpa Martin. "What's your background?" asked the captain of the Ship of Curses. He couldn't help but be curious about Grandpa Martin's background. "Who am I? I can't tell you. It's a secret," said Grandpa Martin mysteriously. Grandpa Martin wasn't afraid of the Ship of Curses at all. He directly boarded the Ship of Curses. Swoosh! The ancient ship, All Saints, was flying rapidly in the sea. Lin Feng was currently rushing to the southern Immortal Isles. The captain of the Ship of Curses was too terrifying. Being targeted by that guy was simply a disaster. Fortunately, he had finally gotten rid of the captain. "How thrilling!" said the Fire Qilin. "The captain of the Ship of Curses is a huge problem. I wonder if I can get my cheap master to deal with him?" Lin Feng couldn't help rubbing his chin. Lin Feng had seen Grandpa Tortoise in action before, insta-killing his honor in a single move. Lin Feng had the impression that his teacher was even stronger than Hongchen the Celestial Master. If he could ask Mr. Tortoise for help, they might be able to get rid of the captain of the Boat of Curses. Of course, the premise was that Master Tortoise had to help him. Many times, Lin Feng felt that Master Tortoise was unreliable. "Your master? I heard from an old ancestor of the demon race that your master's background is not simple," said the Qilin. Even though Mr. Tortoise was Lin Feng's teacher, Lin Feng didn't know much about him. The southern deity sea domain is too far away from the reincarnation immortal sect. Distant water can't put out a nearby fire, the Qilin said. "Let's deal with this crisis first. I'll ask my master when I return to the reincarnation immortal sect," Lin Feng said. He could only pray that nothing would happen for the time being. He prayed that the captain of the Ship of Curses would stop for a while he was in the southern deity sea domain. "Please don't appear again." Roar! Suddenly, a deep roar came from the depths of the sea. Then, the sea water surged into the depths of the sea. A powerful devouring force surged out and enveloped the ancient ship, All Saints. Deep sea monster. Lin Feng and the Qilin walked out of the cabin and saw the terrifying existence in the depths of the sea. Its huge tentacles were like huge mountains. This existence was unkillable. No matter how many times it was killed, it could be resurrected. Perhaps this was the legendary undead creature. The undead creature was one of the most mysterious and strange creatures in the world. Rumble. The tentacles of the deep-sea monster that were as thick as mountains reached out of the water and smashed towards the ancient ship. There were too many tentacles. There were more than 100 of them. It was impossible to defend against all of them. "What are you waiting for? Run!" Lin Feng shouted. Without thinking, he turned around and fled. F***CK, wait for me. The Qilin shouted and rushed out as well. Bang bang bang. The densely packed tentacles smashed onto the ancient ship. All Saints was smashed into smithereens. F***CK, your sister. My ancient ship. Yi Futian sneered. Looking at the destroyed ancient ship, Lin Feng's heart was bleeding. This was an ancient ship that was not much weaker than the Xianyuan ancient ship. But it was destroyed just like that. Whoosh! Lin Feng hadn't thought the holy ship would come out of the sea. The keel is not broken. Lin Feng was shocked. Although All Saints was smashed into smithereens by the deep-sea monster, the keel was still intact. The keel of a ship was equivalent to the spine of a person. It was the most important part of the ship. If the keel was damaged, the ship would be damaged as well. For an ancient ship of this grade, as long as the keel was not destroyed, then there was still a chance to repair it. Lin Feng quickly stored the smashed ancient ship into a glass bottle and sealed it. Then, he fled with the Qilin. Bang bang bang. The deep-sea monster unleashed its might. Numerous tentacles as thick as mountains smashed towards Lin Feng and the Qilin. The two of them dodged pathetically. The huge tentacles smashed the void. The deep-sea monster kept roaring. The ocean within 100 miles was turbulent. Many cultivators on the ocean thought that a fortuitous encounter had appeared and quickly flew over. Deep-sea monster! It's a deep-sea monster! Run! When the cultivators who had hurried over saw the deep-sea monster, their faces turned pale with fright. They quickly fled in all directions. In the ocean, who did not know about the deep-sea monster? Now that they had encountered this undead creature, they had no other choice but to flee. When the fleeing cultivators realized that the deep-sea monster ignored them and was chasing after a cultivator and a flame creature, they heaved a sigh of relief. Then, they could not help but mourn for Lin Feng and the Qilin who were being chased by the deep-sea monster. Chapter 2557. The deep-sea monster's cultivation was indeed terrifying, and Lin Feng felt that it was troublesome. A creature like the deep-sea monster was extremely talented. In addition, it was an undead creature that had lived for countless years. It would be strange if it was not strong. Lin Feng and Fire Qilin were forced into a difficult situation by the deep-sea monster. Suddenly, the deep-sea behemoth displayed a powerful consummate skill. The deep-sea behemoth opened its bloody maw. Then, it spat out energy shells one after another. Those energy shells were called vitality shells. They were a very powerful technique of the deep-sea monster. The impact of the vitality shell's explosion was extremely terrifying. Therefore, Lin Feng and Fire Qilin did not dare to fight it head-on. What they needed to do now was to get rid of the deep-sea monster, not to get entangled with it here. The deep-sea monster was already chasing after them. If the boat of curse caught up with them, wouldn't they be dead meat? Lin Feng and Fire Qilin dodged the deep-sea monster's attacks in midair. They dodged the vitality shell's attacks. However, they were hit by the deep-sea monster's huge tentacles. Bam! Along with the sound of the violent collision, there was a loud bang. Lin Feng and Fire Qilin were sent flying. Barf! Both of them spat out a mouthful of blood. At this time, the deep-sea monster opened its bloody mouth and sucked. A powerful devouring force surged out and enveloped Lin Feng and Fire Qilin again. Their bodies flew uncontrollably towards the body of the deep-sea monster. "This big guy wants to devour us directly," Fire Qilin said with a gloomy expression. "Let's fight it." Lin Feng gritted his teeth and said, "Okay. Let's fight to the death." Fire Qilin nodded. Boom! As a terrifying aura spread out, Lin Feng and Fire Qilin both took out their treasures. Lin Feng took out the 5-dragon wheel. On the other hand, the Fire Qilin took out a bronze artifact. It was a demonic saber made of bronze, and it emitted a tyrannical wave. Clearly, it was also an extremely extraordinary magic treasure. Lin Feng and the Fire Qilin controlled the 5-dragon wheel and the devil blade respectively to attack the deep-sea monster. Poof! Pooh! With two ripping sounds, Lin Feng and the Fire Qilin's attacks landed on the monster's body. The body of the deep-sea monster was directly torn apart. Blood gushed out. However, the deep-sea monster's body was too huge, and its body's defense was actually very strong. Originally, Lin Feng and the Fire Qilin had planned to use the 5-dragon wheel and the demonic blade to cut the monster's body in half. However, the two magic treasures were only able to create a 10-meter-long wound before they were caught by the monster's wound. The body of the deep-sea monster contained extremely powerful strength, and it could easily control every inch of its body. Screech! At this time, the deep-sea monster suddenly opened its bloody mouth and let out a sharp, ear-piercing cry. This was a soul attack. The deep-sea monster's soul attack was too sudden, and Lin Feng and the Fire Qilin were not prepared at all. After being hit by the deep-sea monster's soul attack, Lin Feng felt that his head was about to split open. His body quickly fell towards the bloody mouth of the deep-sea monster. The Fire Qilin was in the same situation. After being hit by the soul attack, its perception of the outside world was almost blank, and it could not control its own body and quickly fell. The situation could be said to be very dangerous. Seeing that Lin Feng and the Fire Qilin were about to be swallowed by the deep-sea monster. Suddenly, Lin Feng and the Fire Qilin's painful eyes became clear. Lin Feng mastered the Luya stargazing chart, a powerful soul-type god art. The fire Qilin also had its own powerful means. It also resolved the deep-sea monster's soul attack. Therefore, they quickly regained consciousness and then shot out, dodging the monster's attack. "Attack this big guy's eyes!" Lin Feng shouted in a deep voice. He began to activate his Saint Bone. Lin Feng basically would not use this Saint Bone, because the Saint Bone consumed a lot of his body. Of course, there was another reason. This beast bone that merged with his chest, in Lin Feng's eyes, was one of his biggest secrets. It was also his trump card. Unless it was absolutely necessary, he did not want to expose it. But now, it was a moment of life and death. The deep-sea monster was too terrifying, and he could not afford to worry about other things. Boom! Accompanied by a terrifying aura, a tyrannical wave swept through the world. The Saint Bone in Lin Feng's chest was activated by him. The Saint Bone released an unusually powerful power. The Saint Light pierced through the void and swept toward one of the deep-sea monster's eyes. The monster's eyes also swept out a powerful beam of light. The deep-sea monster was really terrifying, and even its eyes could release such a powerful attack. It was really terrifying. Like Lin Feng, the fire Qilin also released the power of the Saint Bone. It had refined a piece of the fire Qilin ancestor's Saint Bone. The power of that Saint Bone was extremely tyrannical. The deep-sea monster's other eye also swept out a beam of light and blasted toward the fire Qilin. Bang! Bang! The attacks from both sides collided. The deep-sea monster blocked Lin Feng and the fire Qilin's attacks. This made Lin Feng and the fire Qilin turn pale with fright. The deep-sea monster was too powerful. With their cultivation base, they could not fight against the deep-sea monster. Only a powerhouse like the Red World Fairy could fight against the deep-sea monster. "I thought this guy was in the Boundary Emperor realm, but now it seems that he is much stronger than those Boundary Emperor realm cultivators who have reached the 99th step of the Stone Steps. He should be infinitely close to the Great Emperor realm." Lin Feng's expression was gloomy. The deep-sea monster was too terrifying. Coupled with its huge body, it had a natural advantage in strength. Perhaps only a true great emperor could suppress it. Otherwise, no one would be a match for the deep-sea monster. At this moment, numerous tiny tentacles suddenly shot out from the deep-sea monster's bloody mouth. Each tentacle was about the thickness of an infant's arm. Who would have thought that the deep-sea monster's mouth would have so many tentacles? Lin Feng and the fire Qilin wanted to dodge, but it was too late. The dense tentacles wrapped around Lin Feng and the fire Qilin. Lin Feng and the fire Qilin's attacks were also interrupted. "We're dead for sure." The fire Qilin could not help but wail. Lin Feng's heart couldn't help but sink. The deep-sea monster was about to swallow Lin Feng and the fire Qilin when an immortal sword flew over from afar. Pfft. Chapter 2558. A celestial sword streaked across the sky, but Lin Feng didn't know who it was. The other party was very mysterious and didn't show his true body. Lin Feng and the fire Qilin escaped and quickly retreated. Then, they began to summon their magic treasures, the fire dragon wheel and the devil saber. Puff! Puff! The fire dragon wheel and the devil saber dealt a second blow to the monster's body and tore open the wound that was about to close. Screech! Screech! After the tentacles that shot out from its bloody mouth were cut off, the deep-sea monster roared again and again. The monster was extremely angry. Its killing intent was monstrous. It had suffered extremely serious injuries, so it was completely enraged. The monster couldn't see the attacker, so it began to attack Lin Feng, the fire Qilin, and the immortal sword. The immortal sword was really too terrifying. The void trembled slightly. Dense amounts of sword chi condensed and shot out in all directions. It was accompanied by a series of tearing sounds. The giant tentacles of the deep-sea monster were chopped off one after another. The sword technique of the mysterious sword expert was really superb and unbelievably powerful. It shocked Lin Feng and the fire Qilin. They successfully got rid of the monster, and quickly rushed into the distance. "Senior, thank you for saving us. We will remember your kindness in our hearts," Lin Feng and the Fire Qilin shouted loudly. Then, they tore open the void and disappeared without a trace. The immortal sword also tore open the void and quickly disappeared. The immortal sword appeared thousands of miles away and finally fell into the scabbard on the back of a cultivator carrying a sword. This cultivator looked to be in his 30s or 40s and held a large wine gourd in his hand. As he drank, he chanted an ancient poem. "Don't you see the water of the yellow river flowing from the sky and not returning to the sea? Don't you see the sad white hair in the bright mirror, like black hair in the morning and snow in the evening? One must enjoy life to the fullest. Don't let the golden goblet face the moon empty. I am born to be useful. Money will come back after it is spent. Cooking sheep and slaughtering cows for pleasure. Drink 300 cups at once. Sinfuzi, Dan Qiuxing, when you drink, don't stop. Sing a song with you, please listen to me. Bells, drums, dishes, and jade are not expensive. I only hope that you will be drunk forever and not wake up. Since ancient times, sages have always been lonely. Only those who drink leave their names behind. In the past, the king of Qin held a banquet in peace and joy, drinking 10,000 cups of wine. Master, why do you say that you have less money? You must take the right price. Multicolored horses, 1,000 gold for coat, will be exchanged for fine wine, together with you, the sorrow of eternity." This ancient poem was indescribably heroic and imposing. The ancient poem recited by this man turned out to be an ancient poem left by the legendary wine sword immortal, Li Taixian. She then looked at his outfit. He was dressed in white with a long sword on his back and a wine gourd in his hand. His unrestrained appearance was too similar to the rumored liquor sword immortal, Li Taixian. However, who was this person? But no one knew. Lin Feng and the Fire Qilin flew for over 1,000 miles before letting out a sigh of relief. This was truly a narrow escape. If it weren't for the mysterious cultivator's help, escaping from the deep-sea monster would not have been an easy task. The deep-sea monster's strength was too tyrannical. This made Lin Feng feel even more dignified. Even such a tyrannical existence like the deep-sea monster had to obey the command of the captain of the boat of curse. He really wondered what kind of cultivation level the captain of the boat of curse had. Could he be a martial emperor expert? Lin Feng couldn't help but think in shock. That night, thunder and lightning intersected. Lin Feng and the Fire Qilin took shelter from the rain on an island. It should be the deep-sea monster stirring up trouble. It must be searching for me, Lin Feng said. Now that he had completely concealed his aura, even the deep-sea monster couldn't sense his aura. The Fire Qilin said, "This deep-sea monster is really powerful. However, when I become stronger in the future, I must eat this guy. It's said that after eating the source of undead creatures, you can obtain the ability to be immortal. There's such a saying?" Lin Feng said in surprise. However, he snorted at this saying. "This saying has always existed. When the time comes, we'll know," the Fire Qilin said. Lin Feng said, "The deep-sea monster's body is so huge. You definitely won't be able to finish it. When the time comes, I'll eat it with you." "Of course, no problem. When the time comes, we'll have a feast of deep-sea monsters," the Fire Qilin said while drooling. Rumble. At this moment, thunder and lightning intersected. The storm on the sea grew more and more violent. One after another, cultivators landed on the island to take shelter from the rain. Many people were worried because they knew that the deep-sea monster was wreaking havoc in the sea. They were worried that they would suffer a calamity because of it. Fortunately, the deep-sea monster hadn't appeared in the sea yet. Lin Feng sat cross-legged with his eyes closed. "By the way, Demon Lord, I have something to ask you," Lin Feng said. "What is it?" The Demon Lord replied indifferently. "When you broke through to the martial emperor realm, how many of the 3,000 great Daos did you cultivate?" Lin Feng asked. The Demon Lord was surprised. "Why do you ask?" "I have some doubts because there is a saying that one needs to learn 3,000 great Daos to reach the martial emperor realm." However, there are other sayings that say that one doesn't need to learn so many great Das. Lin Feng couldn't help but ask. To reach the martial emperor realm, one needs to learn 3,000 great Das. Actually, that's not wrong. The demon lord said. The 3,000 great Das are the foundation of the Tao. When breaking through to the martial emperor realm, one needs to learn more than 3,000 great Das. Of course, that doesn't mean that one can't break through to the martial emperor realm just because they don't know enough. That's not correct either. It varies from person to person. Some people cultivate 399 of the 3,000 great Das, but some people cultivate 2,999 of the 3,000 great Das, leaving only the last one uncultivated. In that case, it's very likely that the cultivator still can't break through to the martial emperor realm because they need to cultivate 3,000 great Das. Only when they cultivate 3,000 great Das at the same time can they break through to the martial emperor realm. I see. I understand now. Breaking through to the martial emperor realm varies from person to person. There's no standard that defines what it takes to break through to the martial emperor realm. Lin Feng immediately understood what the demon lord meant. He couldn't help but mutter inwardly. When he broke through to the martial emperor realm, how many of the 3,000 great Das would he need to learn? If that was the case, breaking through to the martial emperor realm would be too difficult. In this era, it was almost impossible to collect 3,000 great Das. Swoosh! At that moment, a woman in black entered the cave where Lin Feng and the fire Qilin were resting. She had an enchanting figure. She was wearing a bamboo hat, so her appearance couldn't be seen clearly. After entering the cave, she took off her bamboo hat. Chapter 2559. Lin Feng had a deep impression of this woman, and he hated her so much that he gnashed his teeth in anger. This woman was none other than the woman who had secretly placed the 2 Shi ancient coin on his body, and then used a secret technique to brand the 2 Shi ancient coin on his body. Originally, the deep sea monster was after this woman. However, after being tricked by this woman, the deep sea monster changed its target to Lin Feng. Long time no see. How are you? The woman smiled faintly. She was extremely beautiful, and it was a kind of breathtaking beauty. Coupled with her perfect figure, she was simply a masterpiece of the heavens. However, this woman was good at scheming. This made Lin Feng have a terrible impression of her. Who are you? Lin Feng looked coldly at the woman. He wanted to know the woman's identity. Since she was able to obtain the 2 Shi ancient coin, her background was definitely not ordinary. Who I am is not important. What's important is that I can help you solve the problem brought about by the 2 Shi ancient coin, the woman said. Lin Feng narrowed his eyes and looked at the woman. He sneered and said, Do you think I will believe your nonsense? Back then, I kindly took you in, but you schemed against me. There is a saying, a woman's heart is the most poisonous. This saying is really true. Every man for himself. If you were in that situation, you would have made the same choice as me, the woman said. However, there is no such thing as if in this world. Lin Feng looked coldly at the woman and said, I only know that you schemed against me. We should let go of the grudges from back then. Now we should look forward. At this time, you will realize that the scenery ahead is actually so beautiful, the woman said. What a glib tongue. Lin Feng could not help but mock. The woman smiled and ignored Lin Feng's sarcasm. She said, Let me introduce myself. I'm Murong Yuechan. Of course I know who you are. You're Lin Feng. Your name is well known in the 9 regions. Lin Feng said coldly. Don't talk nonsense. I don't have the intention to reminisce with you. Now, let's talk about how to solve the problem of the 2 Shi ancient coins. I only need to take away your 2 Shi ancient coin. At that time, the curse formed by you and the 2 Shi ancient coin will be separated from your karma. At that time, you will no longer be troubled. Murong Yuechan said. Do you think I should believe you? Lin Feng said indifferently. This woman's thoughts were too sinister. He had to be on guard against her. Otherwise, if she sold him, He might even help her count the money. You don't have to be so wary of me. I don't have any malice towards you now, Murong Yuechan said with a pitiful look on her face. That look was really very moving. However, Lin Feng would not be bewitched by her beauty. Women were poison. Beautiful women were even more so. Sometimes, when one admired beautiful women, one had to be on guard against being poisoned at all times. Why? Are you afraid? Murong Yuechan said indifferently as she looked at Lin Feng with contempt. Surprisingly, that woman was looking down on him. How could Lin Feng accept that? He sneered and said, Provocation is useless against me. However, I can satisfy you. Let's do it now. I hope we can solve this matter as soon as possible. All right. Murong Yuechan nodded. Then, she began to condense seals. Then, she began to chant incantations. One by one, the seals were condensed and the incantations were chanted. Then, Lin Feng felt that the 2-shi ancient coin imprinted on his arm had disappeared. A 2-shi ancient coin flew out and floated in the air. Come here! The woman reached out to grab the 2-shi ancient coin. A strong suction force surged out and shrouded the 2-shi ancient coin. Lin Feng could finally heave a sigh of relief. This time, he had solved the problem of the 2-shi ancient coin. However, what happened next made his heart sink. The 2-shi ancient coin did not fly to the woman. Instead, it turned into a brand again. It was imprinted on his arm. Not good. The 2-shi ancient coins were just too strange. Ha ha! Ha ha! Ha ha! This gave Lin Feng a headache. Murong Yuechan obviously could not solve the problem that the 2-shi ancient coin brought to Lin Feng. What's going on? Murong Yuechan's expression turned ugly. Lin Feng's expression turned even uglier. However, he sighed and said, It seems like the captain of the boat of curses is right. My fate is already connected to the 2-shi ancient coin. It can't be reversed. It can't be changed. Let me think of another way. Murong Yuechan said. What other way can there be? Lin Feng said speechlessly. I'll come and find you again. Murong Yuechan said and left in the rain. Lin Feng did not stop her. This woman was not simple. Earlier, he wanted to suppress Murong Yuechan. However, when Lin Feng had that thought, he vaguely felt that there was a terrifying power hibernating in Murong Yuechan's body. That power made his heart palpitate. Murong Yuechan was a woman full of secrets. Therefore, Lin Feng did not make a move on her. After Murong Yuechan left, the Fire Qilin said, There's a terrifying power hibernating in this woman's body. That power doesn't seem to belong to her. Could it be the power of a bloodline inheritance? Lin Feng could not help but ask. Doesn't seem like it. The Fire Qilin shook its head. Lin Feng and the Fire Qilin did not talk about Murong Yuechan for long. The deep-sea monster wreaked havoc for an entire night. The next day, the sky cleared up. Many cultivators left the island one after another. Lin Feng and the Fire Qilin also came out from their shelter and continued their journey to the southern immortal island. On the way, the ancient ship Xianyuan flew back. Lin Feng felt his heart ache when he saw the severely damaged ancient ship. Chapter 2560. Because of what happened at the Red Dust Immortal Sect, the myriad races had lost all their dignity. Therefore, they urgently needed to do something to regain their dignity. Not long ago, Lin Feng's killing of more than 10 experts from the Silverwing race had caused a huge commotion. In addition, Lin Feng was ranked first on the prodigy roll. Therefore, many people from the myriad races wanted to kill Lin Feng to regain their dignity. Of course, in addition to this, many people had their eyes on Lin Feng's wealth, inheritance, Dharma treasures, and other things. Lin Feng was rich. This was something that everyone knew. In the eyes of the myriad races, Lin Feng was simply a fat sheep. Naturally, they wanted a piece of this meat. Now that Lin Feng had returned to the southern Immortal Isles, it could be said that he had caused a huge commotion. The news of his return quickly spread throughout the southern Immortal Isles. Lin Feng clearly ran away. Why did he come back? What is he trying to do? If it were me, I would definitely not come to this troublesome place. Now, I don't know how many people want to take his life. Yes, the myriad races need something to establish their prestige. Killing Lin Feng is obviously a good choice. Most importantly, Lin Feng has a lot of powerful inheritances and powerful Dharma treasures. His endless wealth is all coveted. This is troublesome. After returning to the southern Immortal Isles, it won't be so easy to leave. The cultivators of the 9 continents were discussing this matter. They felt that Lin Feng should not return to the southern Immortal Isles at this time because the southern Immortal Isles was now a troublesome place. Now that a large number of cultivators from the myriad races had gathered in the southern Immortal Isles, Lin Feng's return was simply suicide. This brat is really reckless. He came at the right time. Many cultivators from the myriad races looked at Lin Feng indifferently. Now, the streets of the southern Immortal Isles were empty as everyone came to watch Lin Feng. Boom! A terrifying aura spread out as a cultivator from the myriad races walked over with a giant axe in his hand. The cultivator was 7 to 8 meters tall and had 2 pairs of giant horns on his head. This was the Giant Horn clan, one of the 10,000 clans. This clan was exceptionally ferocious, and their strength was also exceptionally tyrannical. Boundless strength. Is that the Demon King of Strength, Zhao Yuanba? Some of the cultivators from the myriad races were shocked and seemed to recognize the identity of this cultivator. His words immediately caused a great uproar among the myriad races. This was an exceptionally terrifying existence. Even among the myriad races, he was renowned for a long time. This person was many times more powerful than Gong Sun Shou, who had been killed by Lin Feng. What? Was he the Demon King Zhao Yuanba? I heard that before entering the 9 continents, Zhao Yuanba encountered a powerful void beast. That void beast was an overlord of the starry sky. It was invincible in the starry sky, but it was killed by Zhao Yuanba's axe. A cultivator of the human race said aloud. This matter had spread to a small area in the 9 regions, and not many people knew about it. However, this cultivator of the human race happened to know. Hearing this, the expressions of the cultivators of the 9 regions changed. This Zhao Yuanba was too powerful, right? Now that Zhao Yuanba was coming from afar, it was obvious that he was targeting Lin Feng and wanted to kill Lin Feng here. Many people began to worry for Lin Feng. Are you that Lin Feng? Zhao Yuanba looked coldly at Lin Feng. His huge body gave off a suffocating pressure. There was no one within 10 meters of Zhao Yuanba, because no one could withstand the powerful aura emitted from his body. Lin Feng said indifferently, "Do you need something from me?" Zhao Yuanba immediately laughed sinisterly. "Brat, I'll give you a chance. End it yourself. That way, you can die a quick death." Zhao Yuanba was very arrogant. He did not put Lin Feng in his eyes, and his words were full of contempt and disdain. In his opinion, Lin Feng was not a threat to him. From the beginning to the end, Zhao Yuanba did not treat Lin Feng as an opponent on the same level. "A trash like you dares to be so impudent in front of me?" Lin Feng looked at Zhao Yuanba with disdain with his hands behind his back. Everyone was stunned. No one thought that Lin Feng would look down on Zhao Yuanba like this. This brat dares to be so arrogant in front of Zhao Yuanba. He simply doesn't know how to write the word death. Just wait and see. Zhao Yuanba will break every bone in his body. Zhao Yuanba likes to use this method to kill his opponents. The cultivators of the 10,000 races sneered. They felt that Lin Feng was simply courting death. Daring to be so arrogant in front of Zhao Yuanba was no different from a dead man. The cultivators of the 9 regions smiled wryly. They felt that Lin Feng was going to face a great disaster today, and it was difficult for him to escape. "You lowly cultivator, how dare you be so arrogant in front of me? You're simply courting death. I won't kill you, but I'll crush every bone in your body into powder. Then I'll pull out your soul and throw you into purgatory. You'll never be able to reincarnate." Zhao Yuanba's face was filled with malevolence. He directly walked towards Lin Feng and sent a palm strike towards Lin Feng. a terrifying power suddenly erupted. The aura emitted from Zhao Yuanba's body. It made many people feel suffocated. That brat won't be killed by Zhao Yuanba's palm strike, right? Feeling the terror of Zhao Yuanba's attack, many people could not help but exclaim. The strength that Zhao Yuanba displayed was simply too heaven-defying. It was simply shocking. Look, that brat is actually not moving. Could it be that Zhao Yuanba scared him silly? When the cultivators of the 10,000 races saw that Lin Feng was not moving, they could not help but ridicule him. The faces of the cultivators of the 9 continents turned ugly. They looked at Lin Feng worriedly. Just as Zhao Yuanba's palm strike was about to hit Lin Feng's body. At this moment, everyone saw that Lin Feng had made his move. Lin Feng's fist struck towards Zhao Yuanba. Zhao Yuanba was 7 to 8 meters tall. He was like a giant beast. Lin Feng's body size and Zhao Yuanba's body size formed a strong contrast. However, it was precisely because of this that such a confrontation. It was more visually impactful. Bang! Everyone heard the violent sound of the collision. It was as if 2 ancient mountains had fiercely collided. Originally, many people thought that facing Zhao Yuanba's attack, Lin Feng would be crippled even if he did not die. However, they soon realized that they were gravely mistaken. After Lin Feng and Zhao Yuanba collided, Lin Feng stood in place without moving, while Zhao Yuanba was sent flying by Lin Feng's punch. Crack, crack. The sound of bones cracking could be heard. Zhao Yuanba's arm was broken by Lin Feng's punch. Chapter 2561. Clang! A loud sound was heard. Zhao Yuanba fell to the ground. Smoke and dust rose in all directions. Zhao Yuanba's face was distorted. He had actually been sent flying by a human cultivator with a single punch. Furthermore, he had sustained quite a serious injury. How could Zhao Yuanba accept this? Zhao Yuanba was not the only one who could not accept this. The other cultivators of the myriad races also could not accept this scene. This was simply too unbelievable. Zhao Yuanba was a famous expert among the myriad races. He was at the Boundary Emperor realm. In addition, Zhao Yuanba was from the Giant Horn clan and had an unparalleled physical body. Therefore, Zhao Yuanba could often challenge those of a higher realm. With such a powerful cultivation, he was actually injured by a human with a single punch. This was a huge blow to the confidence of the myriad races. Amazing! He's really amazing! Lin Feng's cultivation is too terrifying. Has this guy really only cultivated for 30 years? Even an old antique who has cultivated for 3 million years wouldn't have such combat strength, right? I really don't know how this guy cultivates. He's a peerless monster, a genius. The cultivators of the 9 prefectures were abnormally excited. Now, the conflicts between the myriad races and the cultivators of the 9 prefectures were increasing. The myriad races were powerful and were full of contempt for the cultivators of the 9 prefectures. This was especially so for the human race. They would often say that the human race was just livestock that they had raised in the past. The human cultivators were extremely sullen. During this period of time, Lin Feng killed more than 10 experts of the Silverwing clan, causing the human race's reputation to soar. Then, the Red World Fairy instantly killed Huang Daowuji, who had reached the 99th step of the stone stairs, causing the entire 9 prefectures to be in an uproar. Especially the human cultivators, they were extremely excited. Because the Red World Fairy was a human. However, as the events outside the Red Dust Immortal sect gradually calmed down, the myriad races became even more arrogant. This made the cultivators of the 9 prefectures extremely angry, but they were no match for the myriad races. Lin Feng's reappearance and his ability to defeat the famous expert of the myriad races, Zhao Yuanba, greatly boosted the morale of the cultivators of the 9 prefectures. Especially the humans, they were extremely excited. I already told you that you're trash, but you didn't believe me. Do you believe me now? Lin Feng looked at Zhao Yuanba mockingly. I'll chop you into pieces. Zhao Yuanba's roar shook the heavens. He jumped up, holding the giant axe in his hand. He chopped towards Lin Feng. Shwa! Lin Feng's body shot out, turning into a saber light. Lin Feng had already cultivated the heaven-splitting divine ability to the great perfection stage. His divine will moved. His body could turn into a peerless saber light that could split the world. The speed of Lin Feng's blade light was simply too fast. Zhao Yuanba didn't even have time to react before the blade light arrived in front of him. Pooh! A tearing sound was heard. Zhao Yuanba's body was directly torn into two by Lin Feng's blade aura. Zhao Yuanba's body fell to the ground, dead. The blade light once again turned into Lin Feng's appearance. Lin Feng's hands were behind his back, his clothes were as white as snow, his black hair was loose, dancing in the wind. He was simply too handsome. At this moment, thousands of girls were captivated. Seconds? Instant kill? Among the crowd, sounds of people sucking in cold air could be heard. Everybody was looking at Lin Feng, they were all astonished. Zhao Yuanba. Such a terrifying existence. He was actually instantly killed by Lin Feng. This was something that no one had expected. On the side of the 9 continents side, countless people were shouting loudly. Their previous grievances were all swept away. On the other hand, the faces of the 10,000 races cultivators were extremely ugly. Is there anyone else who wants to challenge me? Lin Feng looked around at the densely packed 10,000 races cultivators. However, all the 10,000 races cultivators who met Lin Feng's gaze quickly looked away, afraid that Lin Feng would think that they were provoking him. A bunch of trash, don't you even have the courage to come out and fight? Lin Feng looked at the 10,000 races cultivators with contempt. The densely packed 10,000 races cultivators were extremely sullen. They were unusually angry. Usually, the 10,000 races were high and mighty, looking down on the other races. In the eyes of the 10,000 races, the human race was the lowest race. But now, a human cultivator insulted the 10,000 races like this, making the 10,000 races cultivators unable to accept it. This kind of sullenness made many people almost go crazy. However, thinking of Lin Feng's powerful cultivation, no one dared to fight with Lin Feng. Because they didn't want to die. What a bunch of cowards, saying that the other races are lowly. I think you guys are the lowliest. You don't even have the right to carry my shoes. Lin Feng looked at the 10,000 races cultivators mockingly. The 10,000 races cultivators were filled with righteous indignation, but in the face of Lin Feng's mockery, no one dared to refute. I'm now living in the southern Immortal Isles. Cultivators of the 10,000 races can come and challenge me. I'll kill one if one comes. I'll kill 10 if 10 come. I'll kill 10 until all of you tremble in fear and kneel on the ground and beg for mercy when you see me, Lin Feng said with a sneer. His words were too arrogant, and he didn't take the 10,000 races seriously at all. However, after the 9 provinces cultivators heard it, they felt their blood boil. Especially the human race's cultivators, they felt the same way. Because Lin Feng was a human. When the experts of our race arrive, I hope you can still be as arrogant as you are now. Some 10,000 races cultivators couldn't help but say coldly. I'll wait, but you won't be able to see that day. Lin Feng's expression was indifferent as he slapped out with his palm. A huge energy handprint condensed and descended from the sky, blasting toward that 10,000 races cultivator. No, don't kill me. I'm not provoking you. Please spare me. That 10,000 races cultivator cried out in horror. Lin Feng ignored his pleas. Bang! In the next moment, that 10,000 races cultivator was directly killed. The surrounding 10,000 races cultivators were all frightened by Lin Feng's methods and kept quiet out of fear. Many of the 10,000 races' bodies were trembling, afraid that Lin Feng would start a massacre. I'm waiting for the experts of the 10,000 races to challenge me because I want to prove my Tao through killing. I want to step on the white bones of the 10,000 races to reach the peak of cultivation. Lin Feng's voice was cold, and his voice spread over the huge southern Immortal Isles. Everyone heard Lin Feng's words. Many experts of the 10,000 races were enraged, and their killing intent surged. A brat from a lowly race actually dares to be so arrogant. He really doesn't know what's good for him. This kid deserves to be killed. Let's wait a little longer. It's not our turn to make a move yet. That would be beneath our dignity. Let's wait for the experts of the younger generation to come and deal with him. Some experts of the 10,000 races, middle generation and older generation, were secretly communicating. 3 days later, a group of experts of the 10,000 races arrived at the southern Immortal Isles. Chapter 2562. The young master of the Golden Eagle Dragonhorn clan was very arrogant. Of course, he was also very powerful. He was one of the most famous geniuses among the myriad races. His twin bloodlines were enough to shock the world. After arriving at the southern Immortal Isles, the young master of the Golden Eagle Dragonhorn clan heard about the recent events. Is Lin Feng still on the island? Very well. Send him the congratulatory gift I prepared. Also, tell him that I'll be waiting for him at the Arena of Life and Death in the Central Square in 10 days. He can choose not to go, but if he wants to live, he'll have to kneel down and beg me. The young master of the Golden Eagle Dragonhorn clan said indifferently. Yes, young master. One of the cultivators from the Golden Eagle and Dragonhorn clan responded and left quickly. In Lin Feng's residence, Lin Feng had been cultivating in seclusion for the past few days. He was preparing for the upcoming battle. Lin Feng knew that the myriad races would not let him go so easily. Since he had challenged the myriad races, there would definitely be experts from the myriad races who would come out to accept his challenge. Just as Lin Feng had said, he wanted to step on the bones of the myriad races and enter the Tao through killing. This was the key to mastering the White Tiger aura. Is Lin Feng here? My young master has something for you. At this moment, a cold voice came from outside. Many people had been gathering outside Lin Feng's residence. There were cultivators from both the myriad races and the 9 prefectures. These people were the spies of the various major factions. After seeing the cultivator who had shouted, a cultivator from the myriad races said in surprise, It's the Golden Eagle Dragonhorn clan. Is the Golden Eagle Dragonhorn clan going to make a move? The young master of the Golden Eagle and Dragonhorn clan is a powerful figure. His cultivation is unfathomable. Many experts of the older generation are no match for him. Now that the young master of the Golden Eagle and Dragonhorn clan is about to take action, things will get interesting. A cultivator from the myriad races sneered. The young master of the Golden Eagle Dragonhorn clan is one of the top experts among the younger generation of the myriad races. If he makes a move, Lin Feng will definitely die. Another cultivator from the myriad races said. When Lin Feng heard the commotion outside, he walked out with the fire Qilin. The fire Qilin curled its lips and asked, What gift? Lin Feng also looked at this cultivator from the Golden Eagle and Dragonhorn clan in surprise, wondering what this young man wanted to give him. The Golden Eagle Dragonhorn clan cultivator looked arrogant. He waved his right hand and more than 100 human heads fell to the ground. These were the heads of the cultivators who had clashed with them in the beginning. After these cultivators were killed by them, his head had been chopped off. Now, the young master of the Golden Eagle and Dragonhorn clan sent the heads of these people to Lin Feng. Seeing so many heads, the cultivators of the myriad races burst into laughter. No wonder you are the young master of the Golden Eagle and Dragonhorn clan. You are so domineering. The fate of these dead people is Lin Feng's future. The cultivators of the myriad races all looked at Lin Feng indifferently. They stared coldly at Lin Feng as if they were looking at a dead man. The cultivators of the 9 prefectures looked terrible. The people of the Golden Eagle Dragonhorn clan killed people at will in the 9 prefectures world. Did they really not take the cultivators of the 9 prefectures seriously? Why did you kill them? Lin Feng asked coldly. The cultivator of the Golden Eagle Dragonhorn clan looked arrogant. Our young master can kill whoever he wants. He doesn't need a reason. What he said was extremely arrogant. He completely ignored the cultivators of the 9 prefectures. Lin Feng stepped out and punched at the cultivator of the Golden Eagle Dragonhorn clan. The cultivator of the Golden Eagle Dragonhorn clan's expression changed slightly. He did not expect Lin Feng to attack him. he quickly retreated, trying to avoid Lin Feng's attack. However, he found that no matter how hard he tried, he could not avoid Lin Feng's attack. I just followed the young master's order to give you something. Why did you kill me? The cultivator of the Golden Eagle Dragonhorn clan asked with a terrible expression. Lin Feng said indifferently. I can kill whoever I want. I don't need a reason. The cultivator from the Golden Eagle Dragonhorn clan had just said those words in an arrogant manner. This time, Lin Feng said the same thing. His reply was extremely domineering. Lin Feng's way of doing things was even more domineering. If he said he would kill without hesitation. He killed without hesitation. If you dare to kill me, our young master will definitely make you die a horrible death. The cultivator of the Golden Eagle Dragonhorn clan roared angrily, trying to threaten Lin Feng. However, Lin Feng did not care about the cultivator's threat at all. His expression was extremely cold as he punched out with his terrifying palm. The cultivator of the Golden Eagle Dragonhorn clan had a fierce look in his eyes. He also attacked with all his strength, trying to fight against Lin Feng's attack. Bang! The cultivator of the Golden Eagle Dragonhorn clan was sent flying by Lin Feng's palm. He fell to the ground and died. Lin Feng slashed out a sword chi with his right hand and directly beheaded the cultivator of the Golden Eagle Dragonhorn clan. The young master of the Golden Eagle Dragonhorn clan bullied us humans. He killed our human cultivators and even cut off their heads. How despicable! I must behead this man to avenge our dead human cultivators. Chapter 2563. The news that Lin Feng and the young master of the Golden Eagle and Dragonhorn clan were about to fight to the death spread like wildfire. This matter could be said to have caused a huge uproar. Not only were the practitioners of the Southern Immortal Sea territory talking about it, but also the practitioners from all over the 9 provinces world. After the incident in the Red Dust Immortal sect, all the clans had been looking for a chance to establish their power, and the practitioners of 9 provinces wanted to see if there was a practitioner on their side who could become the leader of 9 provinces in the future. This duel attracted a lot of attention. The Red World Fairy's strength proved that the peak combat strength of 9 provinces was not worse than that of the 10,000 clans. The duel between Lin Feng and the young master of the Golden Eagle and Dragonhorn clan was to test the cultivation of the younger generation of both sides. I've seen Lin Feng fight, and he's extremely powerful. I don't know what cultivation the young master of the Golden Eagle and Dragonhorn clan has, but no matter how powerful he is, it's not easy for him to defeat Lin Feng. That's right. Even a master like the Qing Emperor was defeated by Lin Feng in the Battle of the Heavenly Legends list. Let's wait and see. By then, Lin Feng will definitely kill the young master of the Golden Eagle and Dragonhorn clan and show the power of our human tribe. The practitioners of the human tribe were talking about Lin Feng. They were very confident in him. These lowly practitioners don't know how powerful the young master of the Golden Eagle and Dragonhorn clan is. Let's wait and see. Soon, they will know how stupid and ridiculous they are. All the practitioners of the 10,000 clans sneered and despised Lin Feng. In their opinion, Lin Feng would definitely die. On the Boat of Curse. Lin Feng is really a troublemaker. He's going against the practitioners of the 10,000 clans. Don't die in their hands. The captain of the Boat of Curse looked very gloomy. Looks like I need to make a trip to the Southern Deity Isles. I can't let that kid die. Otherwise, our plan will be ruined. I've met that kid a few times. If he's not dead, I'll find a way to lure him out. Once he comes out, he'll have no choice but to board the ship. The corners of Grandpa Martin's mouth curled into a sneer. Ha ha ha, then I'll have to trouble Grandpa Martin to make this trip. The captain of the Boat of Curse laughed out loud. At the same time, many experts began to make their way to the Southern Immortal Isles. Of course, the forces that were further away from the South Sea world would not be able to make it to the Southern Immortal Sea domain. They were all waiting for news of this battle. Is this guy not worried about the upcoming battle at all? Many people stood in the distant void and looked at the courtyard where Lin Feng lived. However, at this moment, the onlookers were speechless. This was because Lin Feng, Fire Qilin, Bibi, and Dragon Rabbit were eating barbecue in front of a bonfire. There were only a few days left before the battle of life and death. Not only did Lin Feng not adjust his condition, he even had the mood to leisurely eat barbecue. Many people wanted to pry open Lin Feng's head to see what Lin Feng was thinking. Soon, the news spread that Lin Feng did not care about the young master of the Golden Eagle and Dragon Horn clan at all. He thought it was too easy to kill the young master of the Golden Eagle and Dragon Horn clan, so he was eating barbecue with the people around him. Lin Feng is really arrogant. Many people could not help but talk about it when they heard the news. However, another piece of news came out that the young master of the Golden Eagle and Dragon Horn clan had been fooling around every day. He did not care about the battle with Lin Feng at all. He also despised Lin Feng very much. When the outsiders found out about this, they wondered if this was a strategy adopted by Lin Feng and the young master of the Golden Eagle and Dragon Horn clan to provoke each other on purpose. However, in fact, the truth was that neither Lin Feng nor the young master of the Golden Eagle and Dragon Horn clan took this battle seriously. They were confident that they could defeat each other. The Qing Emperor is here. He is dressed in cyan. He looks like the real Qing Emperor. After coming out of the Jiuzhou Wonderland, the Qing Emperor has become more and more otherworldly. On this day, the Qing Emperor came to the southern Immortal Isles, which caused quite a stir. The Qing Emperor was a holy spirit. However, he was born in the 9 provinces, so he was also a cultivator of the 9 provinces. Lin Feng can defeat all the geniuses of the 10,000 clans. The Qing Emperor said this after he came to the southern Immortal Isles. The Qing Emperor was defeated by Lin Feng, but the Qing Emperor was very broad-minded. He did not hate Lin Feng. Instead, he admired and respected Lin Feng very much. Now, he publicly supported Lin Feng. He was the first top genius in the 9 provinces to publicly support Lin Feng. This was almost the same as Lin Feng. It was equivalent to declaring war on the younger generation of the 10,000 clans. What's the Qing Emperor? He only knows how to flatter himself. He's just a lowly creature transformed from a stone. Does he really think he's a big shot? On the same day, the cultivators of the 10,000 clans sneered in response to the Qing Emperor's words. They sneered at the Qing Emperor. No one among the younger generation of the 10,000 clans is a match for Lin Feng. This young master of the Golden Eagle and Dragon Horn clan doesn't know what's important. He's courting death by challenging Lin Feng. Another genius had arrived. He was also supporting Lin Feng. Gong Ziyu. It's him. He is the son of the Heavenly Devil Emperor. The Heavenly Devil clan is also a branch of the 10,000 clans, right? I didn't expect him to support Lin Feng. Many people were shocked. Gong Ziyu's support for Lin Feng shocked many people. Gong Ziyu? I remember now. Isn't he just a bastard? Ha! Someone from the Heavenly Devil clan said with disdain and mockery. He's just a little bastard born from a drunken stupor. His status in the Heavenly Devil clan is extremely low. Even the Heavenly Devil clan doesn't acknowledge the existence of this little bastard. That's why they wanted to kill him. However, they didn't expect that little bastard, Gong Ziyu, to escape to the 9 prefectures and hide there for so many years. He's just a little bastard with a lowly bloodline. What makes him think he's qualified to comment on the matters of the 10,000 clans? Gong Ziyu's matter had caused quite a stir. Many people knew that he was the son of the Heavenly Demon Emperor, but they didn't know about Gong Ziyu's other matters. But now, Gong Ziyu had been insulted as a little bastard, which was truly earth-shattering. Many other geniuses arrived as well, such as Bai Wanyu and the son of the Heavenly Demon Emperor. Even the top geniuses of the 10 great immortal sects arrived, such as Dugu Di Tian and Wu Qianquan. People from the Yao ancestral land also arrived. A cultivator with a pair of ox horns on his forehead sneered and said, "The cultivators of the 10,000 clans don't have anything to be arrogant about. Back then, my ancestor went to the Heavenly Sage Great World and turned it upside down. In the end, not only did the people of the Heavenly Sage Great World not dare to say anything, they even apologized to my ancestor and compensated him with countless natural treasures. Only then did my ancestor leave the heavenly sage great world. This news was very explosive. If it was true, it would cause a huge commotion. Chapter 2564. The myriad races are indeed a bunch of cowards. Do you think this matter won't happen just because you don't admit it? What a joke! My ancestors' illustrious battle achievements back then were all imprinted in the crystal ball. Do you need me to play a part of it? The horned cultivator said with a sneer. His identity was very extraordinary. It was said that he was the successor of the great sage who pacifies heaven. The great sage who pacifies heaven, the bull demon king, had a great background. He was a saint of the demon race. In the past, he was also a figure so powerful that heaven and earth paled in comparison. This lineage has the most powerful bloodline inheritance of the demon race. I originally thought that the inheritance had long been broken. I didn't expect that there were still descendants who survived, someone said, feeling very shocked. He thought of some of the deeds of the great sage who pacifies heaven, the bull demon king. It was said that back then, he was also a powerhouse who shocked the 9 heavens and 10 earths. Even immortals and Buddhas had to retreat when they saw him. Now, the descendant of the great sage who pacifies heaven had appeared and told some of his ancestors' glorious deeds. In the end, the myriad races sent people to appease this descendant of the great sage who pacifies heaven. This descendant still had some rationality, and didn't spread the things imprinted in the crystal ball for everyone to see. If it was really spread out, at that time, the old antiques of the myriad races would probably jump out to kill him. Lin Feng met the descendant of the great sage who pacifies heaven. He was an old friend of the Fire Qilin. Now, he was looking for Lin Feng and the Fire Qilin. Brother Qilin, it seems that you've obtained a great opportunity after leaving the demon race's ancestral land. Your aura is so much stronger than before. After seeing the Fire Qilin, the descendant of the great sage who pacifies heaven said with a smile. His figure was very tall and sturdy, giving off an oppressive feeling. His cultivation was also very powerful, and he had long undergone a deep bloodline awakening. This is the gadfly, the descendant of the great sage who pacifies heaven. Don't look at this little calf's age, his cultivation is very terrifying. The Fire Qilin introduced the descendant of the great sage who pacifies heaven to Lin Feng. He introduced the gadfly to Lin Feng in the tone of an elder introducing a junior. The gadfly immediately rolled his eyes. I treat you as my brother. You *King treat me as your eldest nephew. You can't be so ungrateful. Now, the gadfly had the urge to slap the fire. Endure it! Endure! The gadfly reassured himself. Nice to meet you, brother Niu. Lin Feng cupped his fists towards Niu Meng. Nice to meet you, brother Lin Feng. Niu Meng also cupped his fists towards Lin Feng. The Niu Meng temporarily stayed with Lin Feng. He was very familiar with the Fire Qilin because they had always been together when they were in the demon race's ancestral land. Moreover, they had gone out to train together several times and experienced more than one life-and-death battle. They had a tacit understanding. A few more people are coming. Little Pin King Con Yu Feng Yao Rao, said the gadfly. Lin Feng was surprised, but then he was delighted. These were all old friends from the Martial Heaven continent. Needless to say, the Little Rock King and Lin Feng were friends who had gone through life and death. Kong Yu was the nephew of the Peacock King. As for the relationship between Feng Yaorao and Lin Feng, needless to say, she was Lin Feng's confidant and one of Lin Feng's favorite women. In the next few days, more and more experts arrived at the Southern Immortal Isles. Some were very low-key, while others were very high-profile. On the 4th day, the Little Rock King and the others arrived. There were about a dozen people with them, and they were all elites of the demon race. Lin Feng didn't know many people, so the Niu Meng introduced him to everyone. Many of the elites of the demon race were kind to Lin Feng when they saw him. They had heard a lot about Lin Feng's relationship with the demon race from the Fire Qilin, the Little Rock King, and the others. Big Brother Feng, do you still remember me? A beautiful young woman looked at Lin Feng. Her eyes were very beautiful. You are Little Moon? Lin Feng looked at the young woman in front of him. He wasn't sure. Little Moon was the descendant of the Demon Emperor. Back then, she had been rescued by Lin Feng. In order to escort Little Moon back to the demon race, she had narrowly escaped death. However, he hadn't seen Little Moon for many years. Big Brother Feng, you still remember me? The young woman exclaimed in surprise. She jumped up and down. Her beautiful eyes were like crescent moons. She was very cute. Of course I remember you. It's been many years since we last met. The little girl from back then has grown up. Lin Feng rubbed Little Moon's head. Soon after, Gongziyu also came to Lin Feng's place. He had met Gongziyu before, but Gongziyu didn't live here. The Qing Emperor said he wanted to have a gathering. He knows I'm familiar with you, so he sent me to invite you, Gongziyu said. Of course, no problem. Lin Feng nodded. The Southern Immortal Isles also had a myriad flower building. It was very lively here. Now that a holy maiden had come to Myriad Flower Building, it caused a huge commotion. The saintesses of the 10,000 flower building were all devastatingly beautiful, overshadowing the moon and putting the flowers to shame. The holy maiden's name was Hualuoyu. She was dressed in white, and her figure was tall and alluring. Her face was breathtakingly beautiful, and she could charm thousands of male cultivators. Most of the time, the appearance of these peerless beauties would cause a bigger commotion than the appearance of other prodigies. At night, Lin Feng, many prodigies of the devil race, and Gongziyu went to Myriad Flower Building for a banquet. Niu Meng said, I heard that Hualuoyu isn't a human. She's not a devil race either. Her origins are very mysterious. A devil race prodigy said. I heard that an immortal nascent soul descended from the sky on a rainy afternoon when flowers were blooming. Everyone was shocked. They didn't expect Hualuoyu to have such a background. An immortal nascent soul that descended from the sky? Was it nurtured by heaven and earth? When they arrived at Myriad Flower Building, someone led Lin Feng and the others to a private room. The Qing Emperor, Bai Wanyu, the great demonic god, and Murong Fian were all present. These four were the top 13 of the prodigy ranking. In addition, there was another person that surprised Lin Feng. It was actually Little Fairy, who was nurtured by the Green Lotus. Every time Lin Feng saw Little Fairy, he felt that she had changed a lot. Of course, this was a change in temperament, and not in appearance. The current Little Fairy had lost some of her childishness and gained an otherworldly immortal aura. In these years, Little Fairy had become even stronger. Everyone bowed to each other, and then found a place to sit. After the great demonic god saw Lin Feng, he was no longer as hostile as before. The two of them didn't have much enmity. Although they had fought a few times, the hostility between them had gradually faded as time passed. I heard that Brother Lin has been very relaxed these days. It seems that you are determined to win this battle, the Qing Emperor said with a smile. He was very otherworldly, like a banished immortal. Lin Feng said, The blood of the 10,000 races will help me attain my Tao. Then let's toast to Brother Lin's victory the day after tomorrow, the Qing Emperor said with a smile and raised his cup first. The others also raised their cups and everyone drank it in one gulp. Everyone gathered together and chatted very congenially. At this moment, a pleasant voice came from outside. Chapter 2565. Lin Feng and the others had talked about Hualuoyu when they arrived. They did not expect Hualuoyu to come to their private room. Fairy, please come in, Qing Emperor said. The door to the private room opened. Then, a white-clothed woman walked into the private room. This white-clothed woman had a graceful figure, a beautiful face, and a pitiful temperament. She was indeed a top-grade beauty. This white-clothed woman was none other than Hualuoyu. Hualuoyu entered the private room and bowed slightly. Qing Emperor said with a smile, Fairy, you don't have to be so polite. Hualuoyu smiled faintly. I heard that fellow Taoists were gathering here, so I took the liberty to come. I hope I didn't disturb you. Haha, of course we didn't disturb you. It's our honor to have Fairy here. I still have a seat here. Fairy, please take a seat, the gadfly said with a laugh. Perverted cow. The fire Qilin beside Lin Feng could not help but slander. Many thanks. Hualuoyu was natural and unrestrained. She sat on a seat beside the gadfly and then toasted everyone. Everyone raised their cups and drank the wine together. Hualuoyu said with a smile, "Those people from the myriad races are also gathering in the myriad flower building." The fire Qilin curled its lips and said, "Those fellows are definitely up to no good when they gather together. They're all full of evil tricks." Hearing the fire Qilin's words, everyone smiled. "Which of the myriad races experts are here?" Lin Feng could not help but ask. He was now quite interested in the younger generation of cultivators from the myriad races. Entering the Tao through killing was naturally not a slogan. Lin Feng wanted to step on the blood of the myriad races cultivators to achieve his own Tao. The battle with the young master of the Golden Eagle and Dragonhorn race was just the beginning. But it was far from the end. "This is Lin Feng and Lin Gongzi, right?" Hualuoyu looked at Lin Feng and revealed a charming smile. "Yes." Lin Feng smiled faintly. Hualuoyu said, "There are about 30 young cultivators from the myriad races. There's the young master of the Golden Eagle and Dragonhorn race. Apart from him, there are also several powerful figures, such as Mu Daoyang of the Nine-Headed Insect race and Wu Qianshan of the Nine-Eyes race. After I kill the young master of the Golden Eagle and Dragonhorn clan, these guys better not be able to hold back their tentacles. At that time, I will kill them all." Lin Feng smiled in a resplendent way. After the gathering was over, everyone walked out of the 10,000 Flowers building. When they arrived at the hall on the first floor, they attracted a lot of attention. "Did you see that? That's Lin Feng. The day after tomorrow, he will fight against the young master of the Golden Eagle clan. There are many top-notch geniuses here. Even the Azure Arch is here. Is that the great demonic god? I didn't expect him to come to this gathering. The great demon god belongs to the demon god clan. He's not a cultivator of the 9 prefectures, right? Although his ancestral home is not the 9 prefectures, it is said that the great demon god was born and raised in the 9 prefectures. Later, he was sealed in stone, so he can be considered half a cultivator of the 9 prefectures. Hey, look! Aren't those the myriad races cultivators?" While these cultivators were talking, someone suddenly pointed to the second floor. They saw a group of cultivators from the myriad races walking down the stairs from the second floor. Enemies are bound to meet on a narrow road. Many people sighed. On one side were the geniuses of the myriad races, and on the other side were the geniuses of the 9 prefectures. When the two sides met, it would not be peaceful. The cultivators from the myriad races walked down the stairs. A cold voice suddenly came from the cultivators of the myriad races. "Gongziyu, long time no see," a man shrouded in darkness said. His body was covered by the black fog, so no one could see what he looked like. However, Gongziyu's pupils contracted violently when he saw this person. He clenched his fists tightly. His breathing became extremely rapid, and his eyes flashed with endless coldness. Lin Feng was very surprised to see Gongziyu's change. Very few things could make Gongziyu so angry. Obviously, Gongziyu was suppressing his emotions. Who was this person? Why did Gongziyu suddenly lose control after seeing this person? What's wrong? My good little brother, why aren't you talking to your elder brother? At the very least, you should pay your respects to your elder brother, the mysterious cultivator said. His words caused everyone's expression to change slightly. The mysterious cultivator turned out to be Gongziyu's elder brother. Didn't that mean that the mysterious cultivator was the son of the Sky Demon Emperor? The Sky Demon Emperor was a living great emperor who had lived for countless years. There were even rumors saying that the Sky Demon Emperor was infinitely close to becoming an immortal. Very good, you've come to the 9 prefectures. Gongziyu's voice was extremely cold. What happened back then? Does Gongziyu hate his brother? Lin Feng was puzzled. Lin Feng didn't know much about Gongziyu, but he had heard some things about Gongziyu. Gongziyu's mother didn't seem to have a very high status, and Gongziyu had escaped to the Tianwu continent. As for what happened back then, no one knew. Gongziyu had never mentioned those things. Perhaps it was a secret that Gongziyu didn't want to touch upon. My good little brother, your attitude doesn't seem like you're welcoming your elder brother. We brothers haven't seen each other for so many years, shouldn't you be happy to see your elder brother? Gongziyu's elder brother smiled faintly. He still didn't reveal his appearance, as if he didn't want others to see his appearance. Humph! Gongziyu snorted, ignoring his elder brother. My good little brother, you're a member of the Sky Demon race. Your bloodline is noble, how can you mix with these lowly cultivators of the 9 prefectures? Gongziyu's elder brother said indifferently. This person was called Gongzinya, and he was extremely arrogant, and didn't put Lin Feng and the others in his eyes at all. Fuck, how can you say that? The Fire Qilin immediately cursed. What the hell is this? Running here to act all high and mighty? The gadfly was also infuriated, and smoke was rising from his head. I won't talk to lowly races. That's an insult to myself. Those lowly races shouldn't talk to me in vain. You're not worthy. Gongzinye's expression was incomparably arrogant. Many people were filled with righteous indignation, and they really wanted to punch him to death. It's not up to you to meddle in my affairs, Gongziyu said with an indifferent expression. You're like a naughty child right now, throwing a tantrum with your elder brother. My good little brother, you should listen to your elder brother. Otherwise, if your elder brother gets angry, the consequences will be dire. Chapter 2566. Young Master Nye was truly hated. Even Lin Feng had the intention of killing him with one punch. This guy was simply abominable. However, Lin Feng held it in and did not flare up. This was Gongziyu's matter, and he hoped to leave it to Gongziyu to deal with. I don't have an elder brother like you, Gongziyu said coldly. My good little brother, you've really hurt me by saying that. Today, I want to see if you've made any progress in your cultivation, young Master Nye said with a faint smile. He stepped toward Gongziyu, wanting to attack Gongziyu. What? You still want to F*King attack? Don't F*King show off in front of Grandpa Nyo. When Grandpa Nyo's ancestor stepped on thousands of races, your F*King ancestor was still in some corner. The gadfly glanced coldly at young Master Nye, his eyes filled with coldness. He had been holding back his anger. This was because young Master Nye was too arrogant. Now that the gadfly's temper had risen, he naturally would not be courteous to young Master Nye. Lowly race, all you can do is talk. Young Master Nye looked at the gadfly contemptuously. Some people think they're very noble, but they don't know how lowly they are. I remember that the ancestor of a certain race was a slave enslaved by the primitive demons. The Fire Qilin pursed its lips. The race that the Fire Qilin was talking about was naturally the Heavenly Fiend race. For an extremely long time, the Heavenly Fiend race had been the slaves of the primitive demons. It was only by chance that the Heavenly Fiend race broke free from the primitive demons' control. Gongziyu had long severed ties with the Heavenly Fiend race, so he did not feel that there was anything wrong with the Fire Qilin's words. However, young Master Nye was unusually angry when he heard this. He was noble and looked down on other races, high and mighty. Now, the Fire Qilin had mentioned this matter. This was the humiliation of the Heavenly Fiend race, something that young Master Nye did not want to remember. Reckless thing, how dare you make up lies to slander my Heavenly Fiend race? Today, I'll finish you off! Young Master Nye's expression was indifferent. He leaped out and charged toward the Fire Qilin in an attempt to destroy it. Whoosh! Gongziyu's figure flashed and intercepted Gongzini. He coldly said, If you want to fight, I can accompany you to the end. My good little brother, are you going to fight with your elder brother? You've really grown up. Not bad, not bad. Now I suddenly don't feel like fighting anymore. Let's find a chance to have a private chat. Young Master Nye smiled faintly. His emotions had returned to normal. This person was extremely terrifying and could easily manipulate his emotions. Gongziyu frowned but did not say anything. Let's go. There's no need to continue entangling with these lowly people, said a young genius of the 10,000 clans. He looked at Lin Feng and the others disdainfully. These top geniuses of the myriad races were all very arrogant. He completely did not put the cultivators of 9 regions in his eyes. This kind of attitude was too hateful. Lin Feng, enjoy your last moments. Then, wash your neck clean. When I kill you, I'll use your blood as a sacrifice to my path of enlightenment. The Golden Eagle Dragon Horn clan's young master looked at Lin Feng with a contemptuous and disdainful expression. He was not targeting Lin Feng on purpose. Instead, it was a disdain and contempt that emanated from his bones. Lin Feng had never been in Lin Feng's eyes. When the time comes, we'll know what the consequences will be. Lin Feng's expression was indifferent. Of course. Countless people will see how I stomped you under my feet and cut off your head. Ha ha! The Golden Eagle Dragon Horn clan's young master suddenly laughed. There was an indescribable arrogance and wildness in his laughter. The cultivators of the myriad races left together. Lin Feng and the others did not stay and quickly left as well. In the next 2 days, the battle between Lin Feng and the Golden Eagle Dragon Horn clan's young master became a hot topic. Almost everyone was talking about it. The myriad races attached great importance to this matter. They urgently needed to establish their prestige. As a rising star of the human race, Lin Feng was also a top expert. Killing Lin Feng was definitely the best way to establish their prestige. On the eve of the battle, late at night, the Golden Eagle Dragon Horn clan's residence. An old man with his hands behind his back was looking at a painting of a tiger and a dragon hanging on the wall. This old man was the great elder of the Golden Eagle Dragon Horn clan. This time, it was he who led the Golden Eagle Dragon Horn clan to 9 regions. The Golden Eagle Dragon Horn clan's young master entered the hall and saluted the old man. The great elder of the Golden Eagle Dragon Horn clan said, "This Lin Feng is not simple. Don't be careless." "Yes," the Golden Eagle Dragon Horn clan's young master replied, but there was contempt in his tone. Apparently, he did not take Lin Feng's matter seriously. He was even thinking about where to go to have fun after killing Lin Feng tomorrow. "This stone is called the Blood Drop Stone. It contains a drop of our ancestors' blood essence. Take it with you in case you need it." The great elder of the Golden Eagle Dragon Horn clan took out a blood-stained stone and handed it to the young master. At the sight of the stone, the young master of the Golden Eagle and Dragon Horn clan's eyes suddenly lit up. He grabbed the stone and said with a smile, "First Elder, you love me so much. I will make good use of this blood drop stone." The young master of the Golden Eagle Dragon Horn clan knew how precious this blood drop stone was. Although he did not need it to deal with Lin Feng, he might need it in the future. This was a great treasure. Naturally, he had to keep it well. The next day, early in the morning, the Southern Fairy Isles was bustling with noise and excitement. Because today was the day of the life and death battle between Lin Feng and the young master of the Golden Eagle Dragon Horn clan. The practitioners of 9 regions and the myriad races all rushed to the square. Many members of the Oceanic tribe even transformed into human form and blended into the crowd. They went to the central square to watch the life and death battle. The practitioners of 9 regions supported Lin Feng. The practitioners of the myriad races supported the young master of the Golden Eagle Dragon Horn clan. Lin Feng and the young master of the Golden Eagle Dragon Horn clan had not started fighting yet. The practitioners of 9 regions and the myriad races had already started cursing at each other. There were several conflicts. Some of the conflicts were so intense that they could not be stopped. "The geniuses of the myriad races are here!" many people exclaimed. The top geniuses of the myriad races had arrived. The young master of the Golden Eagle Dragon Horn clan was the center of attention. Perhaps some people were more powerful than the young master of the Golden Eagle Dragon Horn clan, but today, the young master of the Golden Eagle Dragon Horn clan was the main character. The young master of the Golden Eagle Dragonhorn clan was very arrogant. He landed on the arena and looked around. Where is Lin Feng? Why isn't he here yet? I am here. Why don't you come here and accept your death? Chapter 2567. Don't be so arrogant. You might be slapped in the face later. The cultivators of 9 states sneered at the young master of the Golden Eagle and Dragonhorn clan. Do you lowly existences have the right to speak to me? The young master of the Golden Eagle and Dragonhorn clan glanced contemptuously at the cultivators of 9 states. His contemptuous eyes made people gnash their teeth in anger. Damn it! He's such a bully! I can't help it! I really want to beat him to death! Many people were so angry that smoke was coming out of their heads. Lin Feng, come out and die! Don't make me wait for too long! The young master of the Golden Eagle and Dragonhorn clan roared. His voice resounded over the entire southern Immortal Isles. Everyone could feel the pride from the young master of the Golden Eagle and Dragonhorn clan. Perhaps, in the eyes of the young master of the Golden Eagle and Dragonhorn clan, it was not pride but confidence in his own strength. Are you in such a hurry to be reincarnated? However, you won't even have a chance to be reincarnated because I will destroy your soul. A sneer came from afar. Dozens of figures flew over. The one in the lead was Lin Feng. There were many people behind Lin Feng, such as Qing Emperor, Gongziyu, Feng Yaorao, Niumeng, Fire Qilin, and so on. Lin Feng is here! The battle between the geniuses of the myriad races and 9 states is about to begin! Many people became excited when they saw Lin Feng. The battle had not yet begun, but the 2 sides were already at daggers drawn. This battle was bound to be exciting. Lin Feng landed on the arena and walked toward the young master of the Golden Eagle and Dragonhorn clan step by step. Lin Feng was very aggressive and took the initiative to attack. In my eyes, you are just a piece of trash. Normally, a piece of trash like you is not qualified to be my opponent. I was simply too bored, so I decided to have some fun with you. Lin Feng looked indifferently at the young master of the Golden Eagle and Dragonhorn clan. Everyone was stunned. They thought that the young master of the Golden Eagle and Dragonhorn clan was arrogant enough. But now that he had seen Lin Feng, he knew what it meant to be crazy and arrogant. The arrogance of the young master of the Golden Eagle Dragonhorn clan was nothing in front of Lin Feng. The eyes of the young master of the Golden Eagle and Dragonhorn clan were filled with killing intent. He stared coldly at Lin Feng and said, "You are courting death. Today, I will let you know the price of angering me. Golden Eagle Claw!" The young master of the Golden Eagle and Dragonhorn clan jumped up and charged at Lin Feng. His right hand was clenched into an eagle's claw. Then, his right hand turned into a golden eagle claw. It was incomparably sharp and grabbed at Lin Feng. This was one of the unique skills of the Golden Eagle Dragonhorn clan. It was said that when this skill was cultivated to the peak, it could easily kill a giant dragon or a divine phoenix. This showed how powerful this skill was. Looks like young Eagle Master wants to end the battle quickly. Otherwise, he wouldn't have used such a powerful absolute art. Young Mastering, are you trying to insta-kill that brat? The practitioners of all clans laughed. These practitioners also knew how powerful the Golden Eagle Claw was. Therefore, when they saw the young master of the Golden Eagle and Dragonhorn clan use this divine skill, they all knew that Lin Feng was going to die. They knew that Lin Feng would definitely die this time. There was no way he could escape from this calamity. The practitioners of Jiuzhou frowned slightly. Although they were far away, they could still feel a terrifying aura from this divine skill. Many people were shocked by the aura. This divine skill that the young master of the Golden Eagle and Dragonhorn clan used was absolutely terrifying. When the young master of the Golden Eagle and Dragonhorn clan was about to hit Lin Feng moved. He directly operated the arm of dragon and elephant and punched at the young master of the Golden Eagle and Dragonhorn clan. The physical body of the Golden Eagle and Dragonhorn clan was extremely terrifying. The Golden Eagle Claw was also an application of the physical body. In fact, It was equivalent to the arm turning into a sharp claw. Then, this divine skill was displayed. That was why this divine skill was so powerful. However, Lin Feng snorted disdainfully. Even if the old ancestor of the Golden Eagle group was resurrected, he might not be able to compete with Lin Feng in terms of physical strength, let alone atavism. Bang! With a violent collision sound, everyone saw Lin Feng and the young master of the Golden Eagle and Dragonhorn clan collide violently. The damage caused by that collision was simply too terrifying. The young master of the Golden Eagle and Dragonhorn clan was sent flying. Crack, crack! After atavism, the young master of the Golden Eagle and Dragonhorn clan's right hand was broken. The young master of the Golden Eagle and Dragonhorn clan spat out a mouthful of blood in midair. What's going on? Everyone was dumbfounded. The young master of the Golden Eagle and Dragonhorn clan had such a powerful cultivation, and even displayed the Golden Eagle and Dragonhorn clan's unique skill. However, he was still sent flying by Lin Feng's punch and spat out a mouthful of blood. This was too incredible, wasn't it? Amazing, really amazing! When everyone came to their senses, an earth-shattering discussion broke out among the cultivators of the 9 states. The young master of the Golden Eagle and Dragonhorn clan was so arrogant before. He had all kinds of contempt and disdain for the cultivators of the 9 states. This made the cultivators of the 9 states extremely sullen, but now, he was beaten by Lin Feng until he spat out blood. That was really satisfying. On the other hand, the myriad races seemed to be more silent. The cultivators of the myriad races found it hard to accept the scene in front of them. They could not believe what they saw with their eyes. Trash is trash. With this little cultivation, I can crush you to death with just a finger. Is this the standard of the myriad races? You keep saying that the other races are lowly races. I think the lowliest ones should be the cultivators of the myriad races. You obviously have no strength, but you still want to pretend to be powerful. Lin Feng curled his lips and looked disdainful. His words were sarcastic, and he even included the myriad races. If Lin Feng had been defeated by the young master of the Golden Eagle and Dragonhorn clan, he would have been ridiculed and laughed at by others. However, Lin Feng had made the young master of the Golden Eagle and Dragonhorn clan spit out blood with one move. Naturally, no one could refute his words. Although the cultivators of the myriad races hated Lin Feng so much that they could not wait to tear Lin Feng into pieces, they could only endure it for now. The son of the Heavenly Demon Emperor shouted, "Brother Eagle, don't fight this kid in close combat. His physical body is very strong. You will be at a disadvantage if you fight him in close combat. Use your magic power to suppress him and you will definitely be able to kill him. Damn, son of the Heavenly Demon Emperor, you bastard!" Many people began to curse the son of the Heavenly Demon Emperor. They hated this guy for pointing out Lin Feng's weakness. However, the son of the Heavenly Demon Emperor only sneered and ignored the people around him. Hearing the son of the Heavenly Demon Emperor's words, the young master of the Golden Eagle and Dragonhorn clan showed a cold, killing intent. The magic power in his body was monstrous. It surged endlessly. Chapter 2568. Boom! As soon as he finished speaking, a destructive power surged out of the young master of the Golden Eagle and Dragonhorn clan. That power was like a huge wave that could drown the world. It was surging and terrifying. The young master of the Golden Eagle and Dragonhorn clan was condensing a divine ability to suppress Lin Feng. Doomsday Sea! Suddenly, the young master of the Golden Eagle and Dragonhorn clan let out a long cry. In an instant, a vast sea was formed. It stretched as far as the eye could see. In the vast sea, destructive power pervades the world. That vast sea was not simple. It contained the power to destroy the world. It was called the Doomsday Sea. It was rumored that this divine ability was related to the legendary Doomsday Battle. It was a supreme divine ability created by a brilliant genius after watching some images of the Doomsday Battle. Therefore, the lethality of this divine ability was extremely terrifying. It was powerful to the point that it was shocking. After the Doomsday Sea was formed, it directly suppressed Lin Feng. The aura of the end of the world frightened and horrified countless cultivators who were watching the battle. It's actually this divine ability. It's one of the 3 great immortal skills passed down from the Golden Eagle and Dragonhorn clan. What? This is an immortal skill? Then that boy is definitely going to die. The cultivators of all clans exclaimed one after another. Their faces were filled with shock. They knew very well how powerful an immortal skill was. Now, the young master of the Golden Eagle and Dragonhorn clan was using his powerful magic power to attack Lin Feng. Was there any suspense in this battle? This is an immortal skill. Can Lin Feng withstand the immortal skill's attack? On the other hand, the cultivators of the 9 regions were all panicking and extremely worried. They were well aware of the power of immortal skills. Now that Lin Feng was facing the immortal skill's attack, it could be said that he was in big trouble. I have cultivated this immortal skill for many years and have comprehended its mysteries. What do you have to fight me? The young master of the Golden Eagle and Dragonhorn clan's face was full of cold, killing intent. His pair of cold eyes stared coldly at Lin Feng, revealing a murderous intent. After using this immortal skill, the young master of the Golden Eagle and Dragonhorn clan's confidence seemed to have been restored. He was coldly looking at Lin Feng. His eyes were filled with an ice-cold light. The doomsday sea he condensed had already enveloped Lin Feng. Then, he immediately moved towards Lin Feng to oppress him. Facing the attack of the doomsday sea, Lin Feng's face was full of disdain. It was just an immortal skill. It was not like he did not know it. Lin Feng immediately used the bestial chaos celestial skill. It was a complete celestial skill from one of the 9 emperor's clones, Qiongqi's clone. Lin Feng had already mastered that skill a long time ago, but he hadn't had the opportunity to use it yet. Now, he could use it. 10,000 monsters ruled the 3 realms. Monsters turned the heavens upside down. A series of low and deep voices resounded throughout the world. A mysterious world appeared behind Lin Feng. That world was filled with endless demonic qi. In that world filled with demonic qi, one after another, illusory figures appeared. Those figures could not be seen clearly, but they all emitted powerful demonic qi. They seemed to be experts from the history of the demonic race. At that moment, a man walked out of those illusory figures. That man was the Qiongqi Saint Emperor Lin Feng had seen before. He appeared and threw a punch at the doomsday sea descending from the sky. Bang! Accompanied by an earth-shaking sound of collision, the surrounding space began to collapse. The immortal skill passed down by the Qiongqi Saint Emperor was extremely terrifying. That was because the illusory figure of the Qiongqi Saint Emperor had smashed open the doomsday sea with one punch. They were all immortal skills, but there was a huge difference between them. Obviously, Lin Feng's immortal skill was much more powerful than that of the young master of the Golden Eagle and Dragonhorn clan. Lin Feng flew out of the cracked doomsday sea and threw a punch at the young master of the Golden Eagle and Dragonhorn clan. Only then did the young master of the Golden Eagle and Dragonhorn clan come to his senses, but he found it hard to accept. The immortal skill he had cultivated painstakingly. Surprisingly, Lin Feng had managed to break it so easily. Didn't they say that this guy's Dharma power was not good enough? Why was his Dharma power not good enough? The young master of the Golden Eagle and Dragonhorn clan was too naive. Lin Feng's Dharma power might not be as good as some of the top geniuses, but it did not mean that his Dharma power was weak. On the contrary, Lin Feng's Dharma power was extremely strong. Besides, Lin Feng had studied so many powerful spells and techniques. He had studied dozens of the 3,000 types of Great Tao. These were the foundation of the Great Ways, which could make up for the lack of Dharma power. The young master of the Golden Eagle and Dragonhorn clan knew how horrible Lin Feng's close combat was, so he wanted to retreat quickly. He did not want to fight with Lin Feng in close combat. The best choice was to keep a distance from Lin Feng and then fight with him. However, at this time, Lin Feng had come to the young master of the Golden Eagle and Dragonhorn clan at lightning speed. The young master of the Golden Eagle and Dragonhorn clan had no time to dodge. Therefore, he had to block Lin Feng's punch. Bang! The two sides collided fiercely. The young master of the Golden Eagle and Dragonhorn clan was directly sent flying. His whole arm and half of his body exploded. Blood and bones were everywhere. It was a miserable sight. It's too horrible. It's a total crush. Everyone looked at the duel in the arena in shock. This was a scene that no one had ever thought of before. Most people thought that this duel would be a close one. It wasn't a one-sided situation like the one before him. The most important thing was that they did not know Lin Feng's cultivation. Lin Feng was no longer the Lin Feng he used to be. Unless he was facing a heaven-defying existence, Lin Feng would be afraid of Lin Feng. If it were anyone else, why would Lin Feng be afraid? Seeing that the young master of the Golden Eagle and Dragonhorn clan was almost beaten to death by Lin Feng, the cultivators of the 9 regions were naturally excited. The young master of the Golden Eagle and Dragonhorn clan was so arrogant before. He was so arrogant. He completely looked down on the cultivators of the 9 regions. But now, he was almost beaten to death by Lin Feng. He was slapped in the face so quickly. It was really satisfying. The cultivators of all clans were silent, and their faces were gloomy. The cultivators of the 10,000 clans had underestimated Lin Feng's cultivation level. Now they knew how terrifying Lin Feng was. You're too weak. I shouldn't have agreed to this life and death duel with you, because it's an insult to me. With his hands behind his back, Lin Feng looked at the young master of the Golden Eagle and Dragonhorn clan contemptuously. The cultivators of all clans were so aggrieved that they wanted to die. All the cultivators of all clans glared at Lin Feng, because when Lin Feng humiliated the young master of the Golden Eagle and Dragonhorn clan, he was also humiliating all clans. Chapter 2569. Lin Feng, Lin Feng, Lin Feng, you little bastard! Do you think you can defeat me like this? You are so wrong. You are still far from being able to defeat me. The young master of the Golden Eagle and Dragonhorn clan roared as if he had gone mad. His eyes turned blood red. He looked at Lin Feng with endless hatred and killing intent. The young master of the Golden Eagle and Dragonhorn clan hated Lin Feng so much that nothing in the world could wash it away. What? You trash, do you have any other moves? You have used all of them. Lin Feng looked at the young master of the Golden Eagle and Dragonhorn clan with contempt. His indifferent tone showed that he did not take the young master of the Golden Eagle and Dragonhorn clan seriously at all. Boy, you are too arrogant. Don't shoot yourself in the foot. Who knows, you might end up crying later. Some practitioners of the myriad clans sneered. What are you trash muttering about down there? What? Do you want to fight? I can give you trash a chance. Come at me together. I can suppress all of you by myself, Lin Feng said arrogantly. Lin Feng's words enraged the practitioners of the myriad clans. He looked down on them too much. When had the myriad clans ever been humiliated like this? However, none of the practitioners of the myriad clans really flew up to the arena to fight against Lin Feng together with the young master of the Golden Eagle and Dragonhorn clan. The myriad races valued face the most, and dignity was especially important. Now Lin Feng and the young master of the Golden Eagle and Dragonhorn clan were having a life-and-death duel. What did they mean by going up? Did they want to attack Lin Feng together? The practitioners of the myriad clans could not afford to lose face like this. Bloodline. Awakening. Ancestral. At this moment, the young master of the Golden Eagle and Dragonhorn clan roared. Crack, crack. The sound of bones rubbing came from his body. He was activating his ancestral blood. In the blink of an eye, the young master of the Golden Eagle and Dragonhorn clan finished the transformation. His body turned into a giant golden eagle more than 10 meters long. This giant golden eagle had a huge golden dragon horn. However, this giant eagle was missing a wing. This was because when he transformed, his arms would turn into wings. However, in the fight just now, Lin Feng directly destroyed the right arm of the young master of the Golden Eagle and Dragonhorn clan. Although he had lost an arm, he was still very powerful. After atavism, His body exuded an aura that could destroy the world. It was so terrifying that it shocked and moved people. Of course, Lin Feng did not feel that way. Although the young master of the Golden Eagle and Dragon Horn clan was powerful, he was no match for Lin Feng at all. Even though he had returned to his ancestral state, he was still no match for Lin Feng. He had absolute confidence in his own cultivation. "Brat, prepare to die." The young master of the Golden Eagle Dragon Horn clan sneered and flew directly toward Lin Feng. His wings slashed out streaks of terrifying cold light toward Lin Feng. It was unknown what kind of attack the cold light was, but it was extremely powerful and directly tore through the void. At the same time, from the dragon horns of the young master of the Golden Eagle Dragon Horn clan, streaks of destructive golden light beams shot out. This was one of the racial talents of the Golden Eagle and Dragon Horn clan. The golden light streaks shot out from the dragon horn were also extremely powerful. Finally, the young master of the Golden Eagle and Dragon Horn clan also shot out streaks of lightning from his mouth. The three attacks locked onto Lin Feng. The void around Lin Feng collapsed. What a powerful attack! Seeing this scene, many people were shocked. After atavism, the young master of the Golden Eagle and Dragon Horn clan suppressed Lin Feng with his racial magic. At the same time, his real body flew toward Lin Feng, his sharp claws grabbing at Lin Feng. If the two racial magic could kill Lin Feng, it would be much easier. However, if they could not kill Lin Feng, the young master of the Golden Eagle and Dragon Horn clan thought that Lin Feng would be exhausted. Then, his real body would be able to attack Lin Feng. His sharp claws could directly crush Lin Feng's head. By then, Lin Feng would have no choice but to die. The young master of the Golden Eagle and Dragon Horn clan had rich combat experience, and his plan was very good. Many practitioners among the thousands of clans also saw through the young master of the Golden Eagle and Dragon Horn clan's plan. They could not help getting excited. Such a series of attacks. It was enough to make Lin Feng run for his life. They seemed to have already seen Lin Feng dying in the hands of the young master of the Golden Eagle and Dragon Horn clan. The practitioners of the 9 states frowned slightly. They felt that the situation was very unfavorable for Lin Feng. Even though Lin Feng's battle strength was incredible, he was still very strong. However, the fight between practitioners was always changing. Lin Feng was able to crush the young master of the Golden Eagle and Dragon Horn clan just now. But now, the young master of the Golden Eagle and Dragon Horn clan might be able to suppress Lin Feng. Soon, the young master of the Golden Eagle and Dragon Horn clan rushed to Lin Feng. He grabbed Lin Feng's head with his sharp claws, and the magic he used before was bombarded toward Lin Feng. Under normal circumstances, Lin Feng should first resist the magic attack of the young master of the Golden Eagle and Dragon Horn clan. However, at this time, everyone found that Lin Feng did not deliberately resolve the magic attack of the young master of the Golden Eagle and Dragon Horn clan. Dense runes appeared on the surface of Lin Feng's body. It was a rune condensed from the powerful magical power immunity divine ability. When the magic attack of the young master of the Golden Eagle and Dragon Horn clan hit Lin Feng, all the attacks were blocked by Lin Feng's magic immunity. How is this possible? Seeing this, many people could not help but cry out in surprise. The magic attack of the young master of the Golden Eagle and Dragon Horn clan was so powerful, but now it was easily resolved by Lin Feng. It was simply too inconceivable. Even the young master of the Golden Eagle and Dragon Horn clan was shocked. At this time, Lin Feng grabbed the young master of the Golden Eagle and Dragon Horn clan's claw. Then, with a sudden force, he directly smashed the young master of the Golden Eagle and Dragon Horn clan to the ground. Clang! 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 One blow after another. The arena was shaking violently. The young master of the Golden Eagle and Dragon Horn clan tried to break free again and again, but he could not get rid of Lin Feng's big hand. The powerful impact seriously injured the young master of the Golden Eagle and Dragon Horn clan. The cultivators who were watching the battle below, no matter whether they were from the myriad tribes, the 9 provinces, or the oceanic tribes, were all stunned. Now, they were all staring blankly at what was happening in the arena. The young master of the Golden Eagle and Dragon Horn clan had just undergone atavism, but he was still vulnerable in front of Lin Feng. How terrifying was Lin Feng's cultivation base! Boom! Suddenly, the young master of the Golden Eagle and Dragon Horn clan opened his mouth and spat out a golden ball of energy toward Lin Feng. The ball of energy contained a destructive power, which surprised Lin Feng slightly. He quickly dodged the attack. The young master of the Golden Eagle and Dragon Horn clan took the opportunity to break free. Lin Feng, you little bastard, I will fight you to the death. Chapter 2570. The blood drop stone contained the blood essence of a great emperor ancestor of the Golden Eagles and Dragon Horn clan. Once activated, it could unleash unimaginable power. Lin Feng frowned at the sight of the blood drop stone. He could sense a terrifying aura coming from it. Even though Lin Feng didn't know what that bloodstone was, Lin Feng knew that it contained a terrifying amount of power. It's the dripping blood stone. Rumor has it that the Golden Eagle and Dragon Horn clan has some dripping blood stones. Those stones contain the blood of an ancestor of the Golden Eagle and Dragon Horn clan. That's why the dripping blood stone can unleash part of that ancestor's power. It's that terrifying? The cultivators of the myriad races discussed excitedly. Once such a powerful blood drop stone was used, its power would be unleashed. At that time, would Lin Feng be able to fight against such a terrifying strength? No one believed that Lin Feng had the strength to resist the attack of a great emperor. Use my blood essence as the source to awaken the ancestor's power in the blood drop stone. The young master of the Golden Eagles and Dragon Horn clan prayed devoutly, then spat out a mouthful of blood essence. The blood essence burned, and all the energy poured into the blood drop stone. Instantly, the blood drop stone emitted powerful ripples. Hum! A blood-red beam of light shot out. A figure vaguely appeared in the blood-red light pillar. The figure was extremely blurry. However, when that figure appeared, a powerful aura spread out between heaven and earth. Emperor's aura. It was the aura of a great emperor. It was the aura of a great emperor. Thump! Thump! Many of the spectators couldn't withstand the terrifying aura. They knelt on the ground, their faces pale with horror. As expected of the blood drop stone. It can release Emperor's aura. Just wait and see, that kid is dead for sure. The cultivators of the myriad races cried out. Emperor's aura filled the air, enveloping Lin Feng. Despicable creature, you deserve to die, said the mysterious being standing in the middle of the blood-red light. He looked at Lin Feng coldly. His eyes flashed with killing intent. That mysterious being seemed to be the ancestor of the Golden Eagle Dragon Horn clan. Of course, no matter how powerful it was in the past, it was only a mark now. You've been dead for who knows how many years, yet you still dare to boast shamelessly in front of me? Today I'll let you die thoroughly. Lin Feng sneered and walked toward the cultivators of the Golden Eagle and Dragon Horn clan. Is Lin Feng trying to take on the Emperor's might head-on? The cultivators of the 9 regions all looked at Lin Feng in shock. He's simply overestimating himself. The cultivators of the myriad races sneered and looked at Lin Feng with disdain. They felt that Lin Feng was courting death. Blaspheming the great existence, you lowly creature will walk towards destruction. The mysterious existence in the blood-colored light pillar said coldly. The next moment, he stepped out. No one could see what he looked like. They could only see a blurry face. But the pressure emanating from that being's body, they could clearly feel it. The powerful emperors might press down on Lin Feng. If it were anyone else, their body would not be able to move in the face of such tyrannical emperor's might. But Lin Feng's face was full of a sneer in the face of this terrifying emperor's might. Lin Feng immediately used his epic Haki. Haki versus emperor's might. Boom! In an instant, Lin Feng's Haki collided with the Emperor's might from the mysterious being's body. The powerful Emperor's might and Lin Feng's Haki both disappeared. Then, Lin Feng swung his right fist and activated the Dracophon arm. He threw a punch at the mysterious being. You're courting death. The mysterious being shouted coldly and threw a punch at Lin Feng. Bang! 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 The being's power was extremely terrifying. Lin Feng was pushed back by the first blow. The mysterious being jumped up and quickly charged at Lin Feng. He wanted to kill Lin Feng. Lin Feng looked indifferent. He activated the 5 devouring martial spirits. His strength increased by 5 times. The Dracophon arm's power increased by 5 times. Bang! The two sides collided again. This time, Lin Feng sent the mysterious being flying with a punch. Everyone's eyes were filled with shock as they watched everything that was happening on the stage. That shadow. It was imprinted by the fallen great emperor of the Golden Eagle and Dragon Horn clan. And it was integrated with the great emperor's blood. It could release terrifying emperor's might and exert part of the great emperor's strength. But now, it was sent flying by Lin Feng with a punch. It was unbelievable. Lin Feng naturally knew where his advantage was. His biggest advantage was his unparalleled physical body. He could suppress the great emperor's shadow of the Golden Eagle and Dragon Horn clan. It was also because of his physical body. If they were to distance themselves and compete in spiritual power, Lin Feng would not be his match even if his cultivation was 100 times stronger. That was the great emperor's shadow. Its strength was unparalleled. It was enough to make anyone despair. Lin Feng knew how to play to his strengths and avoid his weaknesses. He quickly moved forward and did not give the great emperor's shadow a chance to get rid of him. Violent power burst out. Lin Feng threw punch after punch at the great emperor's shadow. The great emperor's shadow could not get rid of Lin Feng. He was too close to Lin Feng. He could not condense a superpower to deal with Lin Feng. The great emperor's shadow could only take Lin Feng's attacks head-on. But under Lin Feng's violent attacks, the great emperor's shadow could not hold on any longer. He was like a human-shaped dragon. After throwing out hundreds of punches, the great emperor's shadow could only parry and could not fight back. Bang! In the end, the great emperor's shadow exploded. Heavens, this person is going to defy the heavens! Countless cultivators from the myriad races looked at Lin Feng with deep fear. Lin Feng's battle prowess was too terrifying. The cultivators of 9 provinces were in an uproar. It was too terrifying. It was so exciting. What was there to be arrogant about? Lin Feng had destroyed the great emperor's shadow of the myriad races. One could imagine that when Lin Feng broke through to the great emperor realm in the future, he might be able to dominate the heavenly sage great world. Run! Seeing Lin Feng kill the great emperor's shadow, the young master of the Golden Eagle Dragon Horn clan only had one thought left in his mind. He had to get out of the arena as soon as possible. Otherwise, he would die. Where do you think you're going? Lin Feng sneered. He raised his right hand and slashed out 100-meter-long blade light. The blade light slashed at the young master of the Golden Eagle Dragon Horn clan. Little bastard, I dare you! Roared the great elder of the Golden Eagle Dragon Horn clan. Old bastard, why wouldn't I dare? I'll kill him in front of you today. What can you do to me? Said Lin Feng while smiling coldly. His blade then moved towards the old man. Puff! Chapter 2571. Dead? The young master of the Golden Eagle and Dragon Horn clan is dead! Lin Feng is so powerful. With such a cultivation, he can suppress many experts of the older generation. Among the younger generation, only those heaven-defying level geniuses can compete with Lin Feng. Exclamations came out one after another. Countless people looked at Lin Feng in horror. Lin Feng's strength shocked too many people. The cultivators of the 9 provinces were naturally elated. The cultivators of the various clans looked gloomy. No one had expected such a result. Originally, all the clans thought that the young master of the Golden Eagle and Dragon Horn clan would win this battle. But in the end, it was Lin Feng who won this battle. Of course, if Lin Feng won this battle after a hard battle, people would not be so shocked. But Lin Feng won this battle too easily. He crushed the young master of the Golden Eagle and Dragonhorn clan all the time. The young master of the Golden Eagle and Dragonhorn clan was the top existence among the younger generation of the various clans. Except for a few heaven-defying level geniuses, almost no one was his match. But Lin Feng killed him so easily. Many cultivators of the various clans could not help but wonder if Lin Feng was also a heaven-defying level genius. "Little bastard, you're courting death!" The first elder of the Golden Eagle and Dragonhorn clan roared angrily. His killing intent soared to the sky. He directly pounced on Lin Feng. This person's cultivation was extremely terrifying. His aura was completely released, which made Lin Feng's expression turn grave. "As an expert of the older generation, how can you attack a cultivator of the younger generation? Shame on you!" The cultivators of the 9 provinces immediately cursed. The first elder of the Golden Eagle and Dragonhorn clan looked very pale when he heard the curses around him. But now, he could not care less about it. At that moment, he just wanted to crush Lin Feng into a million pieces to vent his anger. "Old bastard, if you want to die, I'll kill you today!" Lin Feng's eyes flashed with killing intent. He might not be a match for this old thing, but Lin Feng had an extremely powerful trump card. He had mastered 2 types of domineering auras. In addition, he also had the immortal artifact, the 5-dragon wheel. If he went all out, it was not impossible for him to kill this old man. Just as Lin Feng was about to make a move, a terrifying fluctuation suddenly surged out from the void. Then, an immortal sword pierced through the void. Then he charged toward the great elder of the Golden Eagle and Dragonhorn clan. "It's that person!" Lin Feng was shocked. He had seen this immortal sword before. Previously, when he and the Fire Qilin were being chased by the deep-sea monster, this immortal sword suddenly appeared at the critical moment, and heavily injured the deep-sea monster, allowing him and the Fire Qilin to escape with their lives. However, that mysterious expert did not appear at that time. Therefore, Lin Feng did not know who had saved him. Now that the mysterious expert had made a move again, Lin Feng did not expect this. The immortal sword's power was extremely terrifying. Experts like the great elder of the Golden Eagle and Dragonhorn clan could naturally feel its great power. Therefore, he quickly retreated in the face of the immortal sword's attack, trying to avoid it. However, the immortal sword had already locked onto him. The great elder of the Golden Eagle and Dragonhorn clan hurriedly took out a small golden bell. The small golden bell rapidly expanded and crashed toward the immortal sword, trying to block its power. A shocking scene unfolded before everyone's eyes. The great elder of the Golden Eagle and Dragonhorn clan's powerful golden bell magic treasure was directly torn apart by the immortal sword. Then, the immortal sword continued toward the great elder of the Golden Eagle and Dragonhorn clan. "Spare me!" The great elder of the Golden Eagle and Dragonhorn clan cried out in horror. A cold voice suddenly resounded between heaven and earth. "Humph! A cultivator of the older generation is openly attacking a cultivator of the younger generation. You even dare to openly violate the rules of the world of cultivators. How can I let you live?" As soon as the voice faded, the immortal sword struck down. Puff! The immortal sword directly split the great elder of the Golden Eagle and Dragonhorn clan in half. Blood splattered everywhere. The great elder of the Golden Eagle and Dragonhorn clan died tragically on the spot. The immortal sword cut through the void and disappeared without a trace. The great elder of the Golden Eagle and Dragonhorn clan was a quasi-emperor expert who had reached the 85th step of the stone steps. Now, he was killed by a sword strike. Who killed him? Isn't his cultivation base a little too terrifying? Is this the legendary sword controlling technique? Controlling the flying sword from tens of thousands of miles away, I can easily behead the enemy. Is there anyone else in the 9 states who is so powerful other than the Red World Fairy? The cultivators of all clans began to discuss. The great elder of the Golden Eagle and Dragonhorn clan was killed by a sword strike, which caused a great shock. The cultivators of the 9 states were not without top experts. The top experts of the 9 states were also watching what happened here. If the rules were not violated, the top experts of the 9 states might not attack. However, If the rules were violated, then the top experts of the 9 states would mercilessly kill the cultivators who openly violated the rules of the world of cultivators. The Great Elder of the Golden Eagle and Dragonhorn clan was a typical example. The experts of the older generation did not attack the younger generation, but even if they did, they would do it secretly. They would not attack in front of so many people like the Great Elder of the Golden Eagle and Dragonhorn clan. Which major force did not have top experts? If the experts of the older generation were to kill the juniors of the opposing forces due to the enmity between the juniors, none of the juniors of the two forces would be able to survive. They would all die at the hands of the experts of the older generation. This was also the reason why the experts of the older generation could not attack the juniors. Now, the top expert of the 9 states had mercilessly killed the Great Elder of the Golden Eagle and Dragonhorn clan to tell the cultivators of all clans, do not violate the rules. If the rules were violated, the top experts of the 9 states would attack. This kind of deterrence was very useful, so that the people of all clans began to take the strength of the cultivators of the 9 states seriously. Just now was just a warm-up. Is there anyone else who wants to fight with me? Lin Feng stood on the arena and coldly glanced at the cultivators of all clans below. But now, no cultivators of all clans accepted the challenge. This was a battle of the younger generation. Among the younger generation, there were not many people who could compete with Lin Feng. Some of the top geniuses of all clans did not dare to say that they could kill Lin Feng for sure. They did not want to have a life-and-death battle with Lin Feng at this moment. All the clans are just SOSO. I alone scared the cultivators of all clans into silence, Lin Feng said with an indifferent expression. When countless cultivators of all clans heard Lin Feng's arrogant words, they could not help but turn livid with anger. They could not wait to cut Lin Feng into pieces. But when they thought of Lin Feng's powerful strength, no matter how depressed they were, they had to hold it in. All the clans are a bunch of trash. I'll wait for the experts of all clans to challenge me, Lin Feng said coldly. His tone was very arrogant, and the cultivators of all clans gnashed their teeth in hatred. Lin Feng did not stay. He left with the Fire Qilin, Qing Emperor, Gongziyu, and the others. The result of this battle and the news that the Great Elder of the Golden Eagle and Dragonhorn clan was killed by an immortal sword quickly spread in the 9 states. Chapter 2572. Over the past few days, news had been spreading from various places, saying that the heaven-defying geniuses of the myriad races were about to arrive at the southern Immortal Isles to kill Lin Feng. This news caused a huge commotion among the myriad races. The heaven-defying geniuses of the myriad races were extremely terrifying existences. Each of those heaven-defying geniuses had a stronger cultivation base than the previous one. Most importantly, those heaven-defying geniuses had mastered some extremely terrifying techniques. Once those techniques were executed, they would be able to kill any god or Buddha that stood in their way. They were so powerful that it was unimaginable. Therefore, the cultivators of the myriad races were looking forward to the arrival of those heaven-defying geniuses. Once those heaven-defying geniuses arrived, the cultivators of the myriad races believed that Lin Feng would be dead for sure. When that happened, the cultivators of the myriad races would be able to hold their heads high. What heaven-defying geniuses! When they arrive at the southern Immortal Isles, I'll turn them into a bunch of dead dogs, Lin Feng said indifferently. Soon, Lin Feng's words spread throughout the southern Immortal Isles. Turn them into a bunch of dead dogs? Everyone was dumbfounded. No one had expected Lin Feng to be so arrogant. Those were the heaven-defying geniuses of the myriad races. However, Lin Feng actually said that he would turn those heaven-defying geniuses into a bunch of dead dogs. How much did he look down on those heaven-defying geniuses to say such words? Let's wait and see. When those heaven-defying geniuses arrive, we're looking forward to seeing the expression on this arrogant guy's face. When that time comes, let's see if this arrogant guy still has the courage to say such words. A cold sneer was heard, filled with endless coldness. Some of the cultivators of the myriad races expressed their opinions on Lin Feng's words. They were waiting for the heaven-defying geniuses of the myriad races to come and kill Lin Feng. Lin Feng did not care much about the outside world. During this period of time, he had reunited with Feng Yaorao, and their relationship had warmed up quickly. Their relationship was very ambiguous to begin with. Their relationship did not become distant just because they had been apart for many years. Now that they had reunited, their relationship was even more passionate. Feng Yaorao could be said to be a peerless beauty. Lin Feng, on the other hand, was handsome and had an otherworldly temperament. Together with Feng Yaorao, they were truly a perfect match. On this day, someone came to visit Lin Feng. It was none other than Grandpa Martin. Lin Feng couldn't help but roll his eyes when he saw Grandpa Martin. The first time he saw this fellow was in the forbidden grounds of Heaven Wasteland. Although Grandpa Martin's cultivation was not high, he knew a lot of secrets. Of course, that bastard was extremely treacherous. Lin Feng had always been on guard against him. When Lin Feng saw Grandpa Martin, he asked curiously, "What brings you here, Grandpa Martin?" Grandpa Martin smiled and said, "I'm here to see an old friend of yours." "Am I not welcome?" said Lin Feng, smiling. "Of course, you're welcome. But I didn't expect Grandpa Martin to come. May I know why Grandpa Martin is looking for me?" Grandpa Martin said calmly, "A few days ago, I observed the stars and discovered that the Sirius star has moved down and the Fiend star has risen. Isn't that a good sign?" Lin Feng raised his eyebrows. "What do you mean by that?" "I'm just reminding you that a bloody calamity is about to descend. You can't stay in the Southern Immortal Isles any longer," Grandpa Martin said seriously. Lin Feng knew that Grandpa Martin was skilled in divination. Hearing Grandpa Martin's words, it was impossible for him not to be worried. A bloody calamity? What bloody calamity could he possibly face? Could it be that an extremely powerful existence was coming to kill him? Cultivators from the myriad races? Lin Feng had been provoking the myriad races all this time. Moreover, his words were extremely rude to the myriad races. However, Lin Feng did not look down on the myriad races. There were so many races in the myriad races, and some of them were bound to have extremely terrifying geniuses. Therefore, Lin Feng knew that the most monstrous geniuses of the myriad races were definitely not people that the young master of the Golden Eagle and Dragonhorn race could compare to. Take Gong Ziyu's elder brother, Gong Nye, for example. Lin Feng felt that Gong Nye's cultivation was many times stronger than the young master of the Golden Eagle and Dragonhorn race. Even if he fought Gong Nye, he might not be a match for him. This feeling was very strong. It was obvious how terrifying Gong Nye was. However, when Lin Feng declared war on the myriad races, Gong Nye did not step forward to fight Lin Feng. It was not that Gong Nye did not want to kill Lin Feng. It was because Gong Nye was an extremely sinister person and did not want to fight. He preferred to hide in the dark and watch others make their moves, if there was a chance. If he had the chance, he would be able to reap many benefits. There were definitely more than one top geniuses of the myriad races who had the same thoughts as Gong Nye. Of course, there were also some top geniuses of the myriad races who would not hide their emotions. If they wanted to kill Lin Feng, they would kill Lin Feng without hiding anything. "It's not too late to leave the Southern Immortal Isles now. I can show you a path. I guarantee that you can leave safely," Grandpa Martin said. Lin Feng suddenly felt a little apprehensive. This was not Grandpa Martin's style. In the past, when he asked this fellow to do something for him, this fellow would definitely ask for benefits. However, Grandpa Martin had taken the initiative to help him now. Did the sun rise from the west? As the saying went, there must be something wrong when things were abnormal. Therefore, Lin Feng had some doubts about Grandpa Martin. He felt that Grandpa Martin was a little strange today. Of course, Lin Feng did not tell Grandpa Martin what he was thinking. He said, "Thank you for your concern, Master Martin. I believe that man can conquer nature, so I don't really care about the divination. Whether there is a bloody disaster or not, I won't leave the Southern Immortal Isles. Instead, I hope that the experts of the myriad clans will continuously challenge me because I want to use this opportunity to prove my Tao." Grandpa Martin said. Kid, seeking fortune and avoiding calamity is the principle that cultivators should abide by, Lin Feng said. Only by facing difficulties can one achieve what others cannot. Grandpa Martin tried to persuade him again, but Lin Feng brushed it off. Grandpa Martin was worried that Lin Feng would suspect it. Therefore, it did not say anything else and left. It's a little strange, the Demon Lord said. Lin Feng nodded and said, Grandpa Martin's origins are very mysterious. I can't figure out what it wants to do. However, it better not plot against me. Otherwise, I won't show mercy. Another 2 days passed. That night, a chilly wind blew in the courtyard. Then, that chilly wind entered Lin Feng's room. Chapter 2573. It was the aura of the underworld, cold and terrifying. Lin Feng opened his eyes and looked at the blurry existence in the darkness. Who are you? Lin Feng asked. Netherworld messenger, I'm here to give you a mission from the underworld. You can choose to do it or not, the blurry existence said aloud. His body emitted an extremely cold aura, which made Lin Feng's heart palpitate. Lin Feng couldn't help but frown. He hadn't thought that the Netherworld envoy would give him a mission. It had been a few years since he had entered the underworld with Panda Cat and the others to complete a mission. Lin Feng had not accepted any missions in the past few years, and no one had come to him to give him a mission. Netherworld envoys were very different from the traditional Netherworld envoys. The traditional Netherworld envoys belonged to the underworld, while the Netherworld envoys belonged to the Young Realm. Therefore, they had a lot of freedom. What mission? Lin Feng asked. Escort a wooden coffin into the underworld and hand it over to the underworld, the mysterious existence said. Wooden coffin? What's inside? Lin Feng asked curiously. Don't ask questions that you shouldn't ask, the mysterious existence said coldly. What reward? Lin Feng asked. This time, you'll be rewarded with a hellstone. It's a precious material for Emperor weapons, the mysterious existence said. Good stuff. Lin Feng couldn't help but scratch his chin. The refined essence of the hellstone could be absorbed by the Chaos Ancient lamp. This way, the lamp's power would increase again. The quality of the Chaos Ancient lamp would also be improved. What do I have to pay attention to in this mission? Lin Feng asked. There might be some danger, but I'm sure you'll be able to deal with it with your abilities, the mysterious existence said. That person was being secretive and didn't tell Lin Feng what the danger was. Lin Feng couldn't help but frown. However, the reward this time was very useful to Lin Feng. Therefore, Lin Feng decided to accept this quest. Moreover, Lin Feng had always been rather curious about the underworld. He had only been to the underworld once so far, so he wanted to enter the underworld again to see the beauty and magnificence of the underworld. As one of the 3 supreme realms, the underworld was definitely hiding a huge secret. However, Lin Feng also knew that he was not qualified to come into contact with those shocking secrets of the underworld at his current stage. Come with me, the mysterious expert said. Lin Feng left a note, telling Fire Qilin and the others that he had something to do and would be out for a few days, and would be back soon. Then, he followed the mysterious existence and left. Above the sea, blue waves rippled. Lin Feng followed behind the mysterious existence as they entered the passage to the underworld. The surrounding sea was filled with netherworld ghost ships. On each netherworld ghost ship sat the soul of a dead cultivator. Not long after, a gust of cold wind swept over from afar. Then, a mysterious cultivator in a black robe walked out from the gust of wind. It was a netherworld emissary. Sir? The netherworld emissary bowed to the mysterious existence beside Lin Feng. This made Lin Feng slightly surprised. It seemed that this mysterious existence's status was not low. Even the netherworld emissary had to address him as Sir. The mysterious existence nodded and said, We are passing by this place. You can go about your business. Yes, sir. The netherworld emissary nodded and then left. Lin Feng followed the mysterious cultivator into the depths of the palace. Not long after, they entered the underworld. Whoosh! With a flash of light, a ferocious beast in an ancient carriage flew out. The ferocious beast was a hell-black demonic beast. The ancient carriage was made of an unknown material. There was a wooden coffin on top of it. The wooden coffin was tied to the ancient carriage with ropes. Is there a need to go through so much trouble? Just keep it in your storage ring and bring it over, Lin Feng said. The mysterious existence said, the wooden coffin's material is extraordinary. It has a very unique destructive power that can destroy any storage treasure. Lin Feng nodded. The mysterious existence then took out another item. It was a sheepskin scroll. This sheepskin scroll was special. It had the mountains and rivers of the underworld drawn on it. The birds and beasts depicted on the sheepskin scroll seemed to be alive. Even the rivers were flowing. From time to time, huge waves would roll up. It was unbelievable. Take the sheepskin scroll. It will show you the route. Don't stray from the route. Otherwise, you might run into huge trouble, the mysterious existence said. Lin Feng said. All right. I wish you good luck. There is no time to delay. Let's set off now, the mysterious existence said. Farewell. Lin Feng cupped his fists and sat on the beast's carriage. Hiya! He shouted and lashed out with the whip in his hand. The hell-black demonic beast began to gallop. Smoke and dust rose. Lin Feng quickly disappeared into the horizon. Keek! After Lin Feng left, the mysterious existence actually let out a sinister laugh. That laughter was extremely terrifying. It sent chills down one's spine. The mysterious existence looked in the direction Lin Feng had left with a meaningful look in its eyes. This map is not bad. It seems to have formed a world of its own. Lin Feng looked at the map as he hurried along. Everything in the map seemed to be alive, which was really incredible. There was even a red dot on the map. The red dot was constantly moving. Lin Feng knew that the red dot represented him and the wooden coffin. Roar! Suddenly, a deep roar was heard. A huge claw reached out from the forest in the distance. The claw blotted out the sky and grabbed at Lin Feng. It wanted to capture Lin Feng. It was a being from the underworld. The underworld was an extremely dangerous place. The beings there were also extremely powerful. After the disappearance of the underworld lord, the underworld was like a plate of loose sand. The feudal lords ruled over each other. It was extremely chaotic. All kinds of terrifying beasts ruled over the mountains and reigned supreme over the land. For example, the terrifying being that attacked Lin Feng reigned supreme within a radius of several thousand miles. Lin Feng was about to activate his treasure to fight the terrifying being. But at that moment, Lin Feng was astonished by what happened. The wooden coffin trembled slightly. The mysterious existence hidden in the forest suddenly let out a cry of horror, and the huge claw quickly retracted. Chapter 2574. Lin Feng couldn't help but frown at the strangeness of the wooden coffin. He observed the wooden coffin carefully, and realized that it was covered in runes. He couldn't help but be puzzled. Was there a living being in the coffin? Or was it an undead spirit? But whether it was a living being or an undead spirit, the being sealed in the coffin must be extremely terrifying. Otherwise, it wouldn't have scared off that terrifying beast. Lin Feng drove the beast carriage towards the depths of the underworld quickly. Boom! After a short time, Lin Feng sensed some incredible energies in the distance. Lin Feng saw a gigantic creature standing up. He couldn't make out what kind of living being it was, but it felt very similar to a human. He stood up straight. But it was simply too tall. It was at least 20 to 30,000 meters tall. Lin Fan wondered what kind of living being it was. That living being's opponent was an equally gigantic beast. It had a pair of thick wings and 3 heads. The two terrifying living beings fought fiercely, causing the heavens and earth to crumble. The sun and moon lost their light, and the mountains and rivers were shattered. Even the space of the underworld was beginning to crumble. The underworld was one of the 3 supreme realms. The laws of order here were abnormally strong. It was extremely difficult to shatter the space of the underworld. Lin Feng could shatter the void with a single punch in the outside world. But in the underworld, the most he could do was create a sonic boom. There was no way he could shatter the void of the underworld. It was still the same fist strength. But because the laws of order of the underworld were stronger. That was why Lin Feng couldn't shatter the void of the underworld. But now, the two beings fighting fiercely could shatter the void with ease. It was hard to imagine just how strong they were. As expected of the underworld. Powerful beings are as common as the clouds, Lin Feng couldn't help but think to himself. The structure of the underworld was very complicated. Other than the underworld, there were many other territorial lords. For example, the Black Hell Demon Lord and the Skeleton Evil Lord that Lin Feng met when he first entered the underworld. They were all territorial lords of the underworld. The strength of these territorial lords could be at the Great Emperor level. However, there were also some top-notch experts in the underworld. Although they had not become the lords of their own regions, they were still able to do so. However, their strength was not to be underestimated. Perhaps those existences kept a low profile, or perhaps for other reasons, but there was very little information about them in the outside world. However, their strength was even stronger than some domain lords. Such an existence was a very terrifying force in the underworld. Ordinary creatures in the underworld would not be able to come into contact with such an existence. However, many high-level creatures in the underworld, such as the domain lords, knew that there was a group of terrifying creatures in the underworld. Therefore, these domain lord-level powerhouses wouldn't go and provoke such a terrifying group of beings. It was very likely that the two beings before him belonged to this type of living being. Immortal man, ancient devil, three-headed hell dragon. Suddenly, two names appeared on the sheepskin scroll in Lin Feng's hand. When Lin Feng saw those two names, he was astonished. It seemed that the 20 to 30,000 meter tall giant was the immortal ancient devil. As for that massive three-headed creature, it was the three-headed hell dragon. The area affected by the battle between these two existences was extremely wide. There was no way to go forward. Lin Feng looked at the sheepskin scroll and asked, "Can we change the route?" "Yes." Two words appeared on the sheepskin scroll. "It's become a spirit?" Lin Feng was shocked and moved. This sheepskin scroll was too strange. A new route was marked on the sheepskin scroll. Lin Feng changed the direction of the beast carriage and quickly moved forward. "Who are you?" Lin Feng asked. The words on the sheepskin scroll read, "I am an existence that has been forgotten." After seeing this line of words, Lin Feng was even more shocked. He had thought that the sheepskin scroll had given birth to its own artifact spirit. But now, it seemed that wasn't the case. "Are you a remnant soul?" Lin Feng asked. "You can think of it that way." A few more words appeared on the sheepskin scroll. After these words appeared, another line of small words appeared on the parchment scroll. "My soul has completely fused with the sheepskin scroll. Now I am the sheepskin scroll, and the sheepskin scroll is me, I see." Lin Feng nodded. He had a feeling that this existence might have a great origin. He continued asking, "Can you reveal your past identity? Asking a forgotten person to recall the past will make me feel pain." "I see. In that case, there's no need to recall the past," Lin Feng said. Then he asked, "Can you tell me who is in the wooden coffin?" A line of distorted words appeared on the sheepskin scroll. "A terrifying existence is sealed in the wooden coffin. You must not let him out. He must be suppressed in the underworld so that he can never be reincarnated. That is the best explanation to the world." Lin Feng tried asking a few more times, but the sheepskin scroll still didn't explain what kind of existence it was. Lin Feng couldn't help but frown slightly. The sheepskin scroll was hiding something from him. He could only keep these questions to himself for now. A cold and gloomy aura filled the air. Black fog rolled behind. Amidst the black fog, the sound of galloping could be heard. It seemed like something was quickly chasing after them. And there were many of them. "Increase your speed. This is the territory of the nine-eyed hell wolves." A line of words appeared on the sheepskin scroll. Lin Feng was shocked. Wolves were social creatures. They were also creatures that cultivators didn't want to encounter. The wolves of the underworld were definitely very terrifying. Giddy up, giddy up! He shouted loudly, urging the hell-black demonic beast to increase its speed. Wolf howls could be heard from behind, echoing through the clouds. The wolf pack was rapidly approaching. Terrifying killing intent filled the air. The hell-black demonic beast was very fast, and the wolves behind it couldn't catch up. However, black fog appeared in front of them. Within the black fog, pairs of ghastly green eyes appeared. Not good. Seeing this scene, Lin Feng's expression changed greatly. There were pursuers ahead. There was an obstruction behind. This was troublesome. Lin Feng planned to break through from the left, but there was also a wolf pack on the left. He could only drive the beast's carriage to the right. The wolf pack pounced. Lin Feng held the black flame bow and shot out arrow after arrow. The nine-eyed hellwolves were pierced through. However, these nine-eyed hellwolves were very terrifying. They didn't die, as if they were immortal. The wolf pack completely surrounded this place. Lin Feng's expression became ugly. Hide in the mountain range ahead. A line of words appeared on the sheepskin scroll.